Oh, hey, what's going on, everybody? Fretzelmania Pod in the chat writes the following. Side ribs on the smoker, sit on screen. How's it going, chat? Both delicious, delicious treats. Hit it, Azo.
It's the sickest podcast. Tune in for the audio, or you can even watch back. Giving players all the props, or put them on blast. We don't give no hot takes, only talk facts.
We're giving all our devotion, riding high on this wave of emotion. Going all out, yeah, cause this is our time. No, ain't no stopping us till we reach the finish line. All in, we came here to win. We're gonna give everything. S-I-C-K on the run. S-I-C-K, sick. On fire, we're ready to fight. We'll bring the house down tonight. S-I-C-K on the run. S-I-C-K, sick.
Play it on the car ride, play it when you lounge. X and O, you know that we can hold it down. Shout out to my man Sammy, got it off the ground. And to all the listeners tuned in right now. Got debates, analysis, and speculation. This is sports talk for the new generation. You know where to find us, got a reputation. Sick podcast, your #1 sports destination.
We're giving all our devotion, riding high on this wave of emotion. Going all out, yeah, cause this is our time. No, ain't no stopping us till we reach the finish line. All in, we came here to win. We're gonna give everything. S-I-C-K on the run. S-I-C-K, sick. On fire, we're ready to fight. We'll bring the house down tonight. S-I-C-K on the run. S-I-C-K, sick.
S-I-C-K is the sickest podcast. Tune in for the audio, or you can even watch back. Giving players all the props, or put them on blast. We don't give no hot takes, only talk back. S-I-C-K, 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 S-I-C-K.
All in, we came here to win. We're gonna give everything. S-I-C-K on the run. S-I-C-K, sick.
You are now listening to The Sid Seixeiro Show. Powered by Sick Media, the sickest Toronto sports show. Now, here's your host, Sid.
What up? It's Sid. It's Monday, April the 27th. Good to see you all. Good to talk to you. We are live on X. We are live on YouTube. We are live on Facebook. It is the Sid Seixeiro Show, powered by Sick Media. And we got a lot of things to talk about today. We begin with something selfish, my attire. For the listening audience, I'm wearing a white sweater. Nothing complicated about it. Hammer Down in the chat writes, yeah, tennis pro Sid. I do have tennis pro vibes to me. I do look like I've entered a Monte Carlo pre-French Open event as the 102nd ranked player in the world. So that's the vibe I'm putting out there today. And I appreciate the comment. To everyone kind of having a little barbecue this afternoon or having a little drink on the backyard porch or whatever, and you got us up on social media, which I'm seeing a lot of today, appreciate you. And I don't want to confirm or deny anything, but Azo is really wanting to get a mini fridge in here. Like big time. Like one of the first 3 items Azo and I talks about every day now. When are we getting the mini fridge? Azo, we're getting the mini fridge.
Yes.
Just send me the receipt, and then I'll send it back to you, and you pay for it.
Now I want a smoker.
So, yeah, I feel like a smoker too. Some ribs melting off the bone, and some hot takes. Why not? Good to talk to everyone. So let's. Actually, one more shout out here. The guys at my shop dropped the car off over the weekend. They listen all the time. Paul, Helio, all the guys. Appreciate you. Not going to mention the place because there's a price for that. But to everyone at my auto shop,
I like you, not that much.
Love you guys, and you do good car stuff. Appreciate you. Let's dive into it here. And there's a lot. How you doing, Azo? I don't know what the proper etiquette is. If you jump in, do you want me to acknowledge? I should acknowledge. It's rude not to acknowledge.
No, go.
But I'll formally do the Azo thing in a second.
I'm saying we got to stay on track. Let's go.
That's true. We got a lot of stuff.
We got a lot.
Hey, Sid, hurry up. Okay, Sid. As I convince myself to hurry up. It wasn't that long ago. I watched Cleveland and the Raptors play each other like 3 straight years, I believe, in the NBA playoffs. I believe it was 3 straight years. Tyronn Lue was the coach. This was after David Blatt got fired like in 3 seconds. Tyronn Lue was the head coach of the Cavs. They had Kyrie Irving for a little bit of that stretch, and they had LeBron James. LeBron James was on that Cavs team. Raptors were good. DeMar was good. Not always in the playoffs, but they had good teams. Lowry, good. Not always in the playoffs, good teams. Good teams. And I was following that series closely like anyone else. This was when the Raptors kind of started to find themselves a little bit in this new generation, which would eventually lead to a championship in 2019. But in 2016, 17, and 18, these were learning experiences for the Toronto Raptors. And aside from losing to LeBron every year, which a lot of teams did, there was one constant I would notice with the Raptors against Cleveland, especially early in the series. And the constant was this. One team would have more free throw attempts than the other. Can you guess which team had more free throw attempts than the other in that iteration of the Toronto Raptors? I'll give you a second. I'll let you guess. It wasn't the Raptors. So just as a sample of what I'm talking about. 2016 series, I believe that was Eastern Conference Finals, Raptors and Cavs. Game 1 of that series, free throws were 33-20 in terms of attempts for the Cavs, 33-20. Game 2, 25-18 in favor of the Cavs. That's also the series where I think the Raptors went 5 quarters without attempting a free throw. Like attempting, not making. Attempting. Game 3 of that 2016 series. Raptors are at home. They got 13 free throw attempts. Cavs got 16. Raptors only got 13 at home. Went on to lose the series because they couldn't win a game in Cleveland. Much like is the case today. We'll see about Wednesday night. So that was 2016. 2017, Raptors saw Cleveland again. LeBron James. Game 1 of that series, free throw attempts, 29-20, favor of Cleveland. Game 2, 34-19, not in favor of the Raptors. 28-17 in Game 3, again, a home game for the Toronto Raptors. Advantage Cleveland. In my entire life, okay, during these moments in time between the Raptors and the Cavs, the Raptors have had one constant go against them, and it's free throws. Always. Now, you know and I know, back in 2016, the NBA had no interest in having the Raptors get in that NBA final. Zero. Zero interest. If you asked Adam Silver who he'd like to see in an NBA final, LeBron or the Raptors, he would choke on his mint julep or whatever he's drinking in the private box. It wasn't a discussion. So obviously the free throws are going to be like this. The NBA is the most easily manipulated league in the world. It's not hard. It's not hard when you really want to do it. Enter this year. And the Raptors yesterday afternoon in a game that may go down as the worst in NBA history for a variety of reasons. The Raptors got it done. They've evened up the series. We got a series Wednesday night in Cleveland. Could be go time for the Raptors. If they're ever going to win their first ever playoff game in Cleveland, this is the week to do it. But I don't want to jump ahead yet. Yesterday, the Cavs were terrible. Terrible. Colin Murray-Boyles outscored both Evan Mobley and Jared Allen combined. Colin Murray-Boyles has been in the league 6 minutes. And on top of that, the Cavs didn't have a defensive rebound for the last 5.5 minutes of that basketball game. You heard me right. Shout out Colin Murray-Boyles. With some help, obviously, but Colin Murray-Boyles saved their ass yesterday. And Barnes was pretty good, too. We'll get to him in a second. But the other aspect of yesterday that was weird to me, that I'm not used to. I'm used to ugly basketball. I'm used to the Raptors winning a playoff game now and again. Seen it in my life. None of that shakes me. But here's what shook me. Free throw attempts yesterday. Cleveland 23, Raptors 36. Now, there was intentional fouling going on towards the end, so maybe the 36 is inflated. But take away those 8 intentional free throws, or whatever it was. Raptors are still up in free throws. I'm not always used to that against a Cleveland team in the postseason. I'm not. And considering the Cavs have always had this advantage over the Raptors, because no one knows the advantages of a star-based NBA system more than that pathetic organization in Cleveland, they know when they're getting screwed a little bit. And I'm looking at that number and I'm thinking, okay, the officials are starting to give the Raptors some calls here. Scotty Barnes had 4 huge free throws down the stretch. Is the script flipping a little bit? Because the Raptors have no national profile, not this team. None. Brandon Ingram deserves 0 respect. 0. But they were getting some calls yesterday. To the point where after the game, Kenny Atkinson, head coach of the Cleveland Cavaliers, takes a moment before he fields a question and does the most passive-aggressive, sarcastic thing any head coach does in the NBA. They look down and say out loud the free throw numbers. If you say anything more than that, you're going to get fined. And coaches like their money. But the safe way around that is to look down, go, oh, look how many free throws they got. Okay, first question, who's up? That's the safe way around the fine. You've made your point, clip goes slightly viral, the politicking continues. But for those who missed it, and it's a short enough clip where I'm going to play it twice, this is Kenny Atkinson, head coach of the Cleveland Cavaliers, looking down at the box score in front of him on a game sheet and noticing the Raptors had 36 free throws yesterday.
Wow, 36 free throws.
No, that's
It's quick. I know most of you picked up on it. I'm going to play it one more time. Kenny Atkinson noticing how many free throws the Raptors got.
Wow, 36 free throws.
no, that's
It is 12:14 p.m. Eastern on the 27th of April on a Monday. The Raptors and Cavs are tied at 2. But I am willing to say something live on this feed right now that I feel very comfortable saying. And there are other reasons I'm comfortable saying it, but I want to focus on that complaint, that little side comment from Kenny Atkinson. The Cavs are scared right now. Anyone who knows Raptors history realizes they don't get free throws. They never get free throws. Kenny Atkinson has the largest payroll in basketball at his disposal. A future Hall of Famer in James Harden, potentially another future Hall of Famer, if he ever wakes up when it matters, in Donovan Mitchell, and a pretty solid defensive team around him generally. Kenny Atkinson looked down at his paper yesterday and went, okay. 36 free throws. They now think the Raptors are getting help from the refs. In what bizarro world are we living in? No head coach says that if they're confident. No head coach says that if they believe in their team. No coach says that if they don't think the other team, despite numerous injuries and ineffective stars, isn't still solid enough to beat you. That comment from Kenny Atkinson was significant for this reason. The Raptors have Cleveland scared. And I love it. I love it. An organization that has feasted on LeBron James' favorable calls for all of their pathetic existence. Now they're complaining about calls. Guys, get ready for it. We might have Raptors Magic round 2. I'm serious. That comment from Kenny Atkinson is all I need to hear. There is blood in the water. Heaven help them if Brandon Ingram starts to look professional. Heaven help them if Jakob Poeltl can play more than 20 minutes. Look out. Look out. Going to Cleveland, Mad Max style, everyone hanging off the car, running down the dirt road. You know the meme I'm talking about. Heading to Cleveland. Raptor fans, not that far away. I see Jay fans at Guardian games all the time. Make the trip. Wednesday night, 7:30. They're scared. And the Raptors right now have the best player in the series. If you are complaining about calls against the Raptors in the postseason, you have lost already. You've lost. And a team with more pressure on it than we can even verbalize in Cleveland is starting to feel it. Who's got more heat on them Wednesday night? I know it's not the Raptors. That I know. Go play free, play your game, smart defensively, do your thing, and give it to Scotty late. That's the formula. Just do it. They don't know how to handle it. They don't know how to handle you on the box score or on the court right now. I think the Raptors got him right where they want him. There is doubt now seeping into what Cleveland are about. People will lose their jobs if they don't pull this out, including that guy, Johnny complains a lot at the podium, Kenny Atkinson. I'm feeling good today. It's not after Labor Day. I'm wearing white. I feel good. And Cleveland, based on that comment, are starting to wave the white flag. Go get them. Go Raps. Jeff has a party. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Sid. Wow.
Fired up.
19 minutes.
Yeah, that was 19 minutes. You want to hear a funny story?
I'm trying to do my Atkinson, where I just look and...
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Kenny. Okay.
Wow.
Well, you're entitled to do that because I said to Azzo before we came up, okay, quickly, let me do something on Kenny Atkinson quick, and then I'll go to you. That's 19 minutes. So you are entitled to look at the Sid Seixeiro Show powered by Sick box score. Where are you at right now, Azzo, after that incredibly unique Raptors game yesterday?
It really was.
Unique.
I started, they came out so hot, fired up by the Scotiabank Arena, and I did start thinking, man, the Raptors are so much more, even though we talked about it when guys like Poeltl are on the floor, they're just younger, fast. They're more athletic than Cleveland. Cleveland couldn't keep up with them. To your point about Donovan Mitchell, I saw him passing the ball. I saw him flopping. Where did he go?
He is, look, there are regular season heroes all over this league. Brandon Ingram's another one. Yeah. It's not like the Raptors don't have a regular season hero.
Encouraged by the second half by Ingram. He started to come around a little bit. Like, imagine if
Guys.
he starts. This wouldn't even be a series if he was performing.
Samuel in the chat, before we go down that road, you two are great together, like brothers from another mother.
Thanks, Samuel.
Yeah, that's great. Appreciate it. We do have like similar noses.
That's true. European.
European, definitely. But I thank you for bringing up Ingram. Like, there are 4 seasons technically in Toronto: winter, summer, spring, autumn. There's a 5th, and the 5th season is reinvent the narrative for a superstar to make you sleep at night. So let's go down the list. John Tavares as an $11 million hockey player doing nothing in the postseason. Guys, he's good in the face-off circle, though. He's good in the face-off circle. Very good. Austin Matthews, not doing anything in a Game 7. Anything, ever. He's never scored a goal in the Game 7. Guys, he's a pretty good defensive player.
Two-way.
He's a pretty two-way. You're paying him $13.25 to be a defensive player. Oh, yeah. For sure. Mitch Marner, ghost in the postseason. Might go down 3-1 tonight. I'm going to hate watch the NHL like crazy tonight.
I know.
I'm going to hate watch the NHL. Penguins first, Marner second. Marner does nothing in the postseason this time. Guys, but on the power play, though, or excuse me, on the penalty kill. On the penalty kill for Marner, though, really good player. $11 million player. On the penalty kill, really good player. The Jays right now. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is on pace for 12 home runs this season. In fact, in his last 49 regular season games, Vladdy has 3 home runs, dating back to last season. What are you starting to hear with Vladimir Guerrero Jr. right now? Yeah, but the exit velocity is good.
I know.
The exit velocity. The velocity of the exits. What's the exit velocity of Vladdy walking back to the dugout after he doesn't get a home run?
He's got the second most hits on the team.
Oh, yeah. Congrats. Yes, that's great. Yes. Ernie Clement at a much cheaper price is giving you the same thing, basically.
Double the doubles.
But his exit velocity.
I hate that argument.
Brandon Ingram. Well, he got a lot of free throws and he's getting rebounds. He got a lot of free throws. He was 6 for 23. That's pathetic. He is pathetic. Don't rewrite what you need from Brandon Ingram. And you better believe he makes a big shot late. He better. That's why he's getting paid. Don't tell me now his role is to rebound. Don't tell me now his role is to get a free throw here or there. Score. We're not doing this to another superstar in this city to make you feel comfortable. Score. That's not what his job is, to rebound defensively. Although I'm sure Colin Murray Boyles appreciates some help. Ingram's taller than CMB. It's fine. Don't reinvent what he is to me because I'm not stupid. Don't do that with Vladdy. Don't do that with Matthews. Tavares isn't paid that much anymore, whatever. It's a classic crutch in this city, and it's sad. It's pathetic. Ingram's paid to score. If he's scoring, they're up 3-1 in this series. Easily.
I agreed 100%.
But he's not.
Right.
Seems distracted. Figure it out and do your job. So Scotty doesn't have to do everything. And Colin Murray Boyles doesn't have to look like a 10-year vet when he's a first-year player. Yeah. We're not doing this thing with the excuses on superstars. It's the most pathetic part of this city. It has to end. You got to call people out for what it is. I love playoff Vladdy. If you're telling me playoff Vladdy shows up and I got to take a 12 home run season with 60-something RBIs, which is what he's on pace for, okay. But you might not get to the playoffs with this kind of Vladdy. Let's not do this.
What about the slow starter narrative, even though he looked great at the WBC? That's kind of getting to
But he did look really good at the WBC.
He did. So people were like, oh, he's a slow starter traditionally or whatever, like on the regular.
Frankie Focaccia in the chat.
Whoa.
No, focaccia's bread, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Isn't it bread?
Yeah, it just sounds.
All right. It does sound a little off. But Vladdy's Gatorade dumping, though.
He waited to in between questions.
It was another awkward one.
It was super awkward. It was dumb when they dropped it and just waited for one question.
With Jesus Sanchez there. Yeah. For a moment, I thought they now had a rule. At least let Hazel finish the interview.
Yes.
Nope.
No, I know.
No rule.
One
Idiocy.
One question.
What got less applause? That Gatorade dumping by Vladdy yesterday or William Nylander front row at the Raptors?
I thought you were going to say Josh Sargent.
William Nylander got no reaction at the Raptors game yesterday.
That's true.
That was amazing. and he's still in town is the other thing that people notice.
Yeah.
All right, go
I've been
Marlies.
watching the Marlies.
Go
Yeah, exactly.
Marlies.
Anyway.
Anyway.
No, but Ingram looked a little bit more better than he did on game 3. Like you said, if he was anywhere in this series, it would be up 3-1. But I do think, man, they are starting to find themselves against the Cavs and looking more athletic, and they can push the ball. And like yesterday, their defense won the game. Like you can single out Ingram, but they all shot horribly. 4 for 30 from 3. It's the lowest by a winning team in an NBA postseason game ever.
In the 3-point era,
Yeah?
since 79-80.
The third lowest ever.
Third lowest ever. Like that. Listen, let's not let the Raptors off the hook here. They were bad too.
13.3%.
Those teams were bad yesterday.
Yeah, both of them.
But someone wins. According to NBA rules and regulations, someone wins.
No, but they boxed them out. You were right. It was the defense that won them. That play by at the end of the game when Shed went into it, dove for the ball, like the 8-second violation was amazing.
Jamal Shed going in there, it was perfect.
Yeah.
Like run some interference. That's teamwork. That's true. What Barnes and Shed did on that with Donovan Mitchell with 40 seconds to go, whatever it was, that's real.
They
teamwork.
shook him. He was off it. Like I said, he was passing away like corner threes, and then he was flopping against CMB. He didn't look like himself at all. Like you're right, they have him on the ropes. And Harden again with the big stat with more turnovers than he had field goals made. Like they're putting pressure on these guys.
100%.
And their defense is looking good. Like last night, that was a defensive win. I said game 3, they looked the most in sync offensively, even without Ingram, that I've seen in a long time. And last night's game or yesterday afternoon's game was all defense.
But it's crazy how important Colin Murray Boyles is to this team.
Without a doubt.
Like it actually kind of freaks me out a little bit. Like
even-
because his thumb is not great. Like
No.
he's one whack. Like someone needs to give him the Luka Doncic, you know what, and then the Raptors are dead. Like if you don't have CMB on the court, you're finished. And that kind of worries me when I watch the kid play. But you can't. I realize
so
you can't think
poised,
about
and his defense is stellar. Like he knows not when to go up. Like Atkinson wants to talk about those free throws. Like what about that Harden on the Brandon Ingram 3? Like what are you doing? Like he fouled Brandon Ingram on the 3.
Yeah.
And then they had 6 intentional foul free throws?
I think it was 8.
Was it
I
8?
think it was 8 intentional on
and the 2 flagrants on one on CMB?
Yeah, that was crazy.
Like, what do you mean? How are you complaining about free throws when your team's playing so undisciplined? And they look old.
Nugestein in the chat reminds us, here's another one, Sid. Hoffman's K rate is great. If we're making a list of Toronto superstar excuses, that one is right up there. We will dissect the Jays coming up. Believe me.
8th inning guy now. Come on.
He is an 8th inning guy.
I know.
He is an 8th inning guy.
We'll
I thought you couldn't put him anywhere else.
No.
Can't put him anywhere else. Can't do anything with Jeff Hoffman. Apparently you can. This Sean in the Yukon. It was possibly the worst basketball game I've seen in a long time.
It was pretty bad.
First half was sloppy. Yeah, it was.
It was crazy. They came out on fire, and then they gave Cleveland a long run. And again, like they just look more athletic. Like they found their step. I thought they should have blown them out. If they shoot better, I guess maybe they do, or Ingram shows up. I don't know. At least he's not bouncing the ball all over the place. He looked a little bit more in sync. And dude, to your point, like he's not the superstar to me anymore. Like they just need something from him. This is Scotty's team and CMB's team.
Guys, he was in an All-Star game this year. He was the backup to the All-Star, but he got there. What do you mean, He was their leading scorer he was Eastern Conference Player of the Week and everyone was kissing him.
Yeah.
According to Darko.
Best player in the world.
You're doing the same thing, Azzo. I'm disappointed. You're doing that. You're minimizing the expectations on really highly paid athletes in this city. We can't do that. We can't. By the way, Josh Sargent, 1 shot over the weekend for TFC.
I know.
No one's saying anything about Sargent because I'm the only one in the city talking about Sargent. And you.
1 shot's not good value for that? Come on. At least he got a shot.
I forgot about the good value.
At least he got a shot. It's good value. 1 shot for whatever.
No 3-putting in the chat. Writes the following. The Raptors are better without Ingram. Hate to say it, his body language is also bad. Now, Donovan Mitchell went 6 for 24. So Mitchell had like the exact same day, just less effective in other avenues.
He just looked poor. Like, again, he flopped against CMB and like, I don't know, he was all over the place. And he looked like he was scared to shoot. What's the stat I saw about them like contesting both him and Harden?
Well, Mitchell was 4 of 12 from 3 yesterday.
Yeah.
And I'm surprised he hit the 4. Fretzelmania Pod in the chat. Wait, people talk about TFC on this show. By the way, the crowd, today we're so heavy. The tradition of me showing you the crowd at BMO to start games is going to continue tomorrow. Atlanta were in town. I know you're just finding this out for the first time. Did you see the crowd at BMO?
The unbeaten streak's done.
Jeez, they deserved at least another draw.
Now who's changing the narrative, huh?
I'm saying TFC did not deserve to lose the game completely. I'm just saying. Let's talk about Barnes.
Hold on. So the stat I saw was from ESPN stats, and they were like Toronto contested 26 of Donovan Mitchell and James Harden 38 field goal attempts, holding them to just 6 of 26 shooting for 23% on those looks. Played really good D.
Now,
man.
in theory, it's the playoffs. You would hope most shots are contested.
Yeah.
Like I would, like in the regular season, maybe get lazy in certain games. Okay, it is what it is. But I demand all the shots to be contested in the playoffs because it's the playoffs. But it's a situation where, oh, by the way, I'm all over Ingram today because there's a green light. You know who also was all over Ingram yesterday? Jack Armstrong.
Yeah.
Now, Matt and Jack are institutions. Love them both dearly. If this was with like 7 minutes to go in the third quarter, I think. Brandon Ingram open. Like, you want to talk about contested and uncontested. There wasn't a person within 7 feet of Ingram for this shot with about 7 minutes to go in the quarter. Misses. Jack Armstrong's like, that's unacceptable. I'm paraphrasing, but that's kind of what he said. And I'm like, good for you, Jack. Good for you. Wake this guy up. Someone give him a Red Bull. What the hell are we watching here?
Known meaning.
They're up 3-1 if he gets his head out of his ass. They're up 3-1.
No,
the Raptors
agreed.
have a 3-1 lead in this series. It's infuriating. I know some people look at life like, hey, but it's great. I'm not like that. I look at what could be too. And what could be is a big-time damn lead for the Raptors here against a team that is demanding to win. Not expecting, demanding internally to win. It's crazy.
But they're not looking good at all either. Dude, even Pirtle looked good last night. He was going through the guys in the middle.
He had 10 points in 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I'll take that from Pirtle.
No kidding.
I'll take that 100%. I'll take that from Pirtle. Okay, Frankie in the chat. Jack's the GOAT. Yes. A Steeler in the chat. If Jack is on you, not going well. Correct. If he's not saying hello, if he's saying goodbye, it's a bad Jack impression. Sorry, Jack.
Everybody's saying he's telling him, get that garbage out of here.
Yeah. Sub that garbage in here. All right, let's talk about a player who showed up yesterday. And it's Scotty Barnes. He didn't have the 33 that he had in game 3. But Barnes was the emotional leader yesterday, no question about it. RJ's been holding that title for most of the series. But Scotty Barnes got in there yesterday. I know this sounds weird. What do you have, 23 yesterday? I thought he was more effective yesterday than game 3. It was the rebounding. It was the defense. It was all of those things. Everything. And in the city of Toronto, another thing that has bothered me for a long time, you kind of hear it with the Jays a little bit, like Vladdy can't do it himself. We have to put Jeff Hoffman in better spots, which you're actually going to hear from Russ Atkinson in a second. He said that again, the love affair with Jeff Hoffman internally compared to others. It's disgusting. And with the Leafs, like how often with the Leafs, I don't care if it was Sheldon Keefe, I don't care if it was Shanahan, I don't care if it was Treliving, I don't care if it was Berube. Who said, did anyone ever come out and say Austin Matthews is the best player in the world, he has to start to look like it? Nobody. Who said that? Who? No one has said that. No one challenges athletes in this city anymore. Everyone's just coddling each other. Just head to bosom. Hug. There. Robin Williams, Good Will Hunting. It's not your fault. No, you're fine. Everything's fine. People don't challenge athletes in this city anymore. Even if you pay them $500 million, you're not going to hear it. You're not going to hear John Schneider rip on Vladdy. Ever. He's on pace for 12 home runs this year. You're never going to hear that guy rip on Vladdy. Ever. But what happened yesterday? After the game, and I believe the question was from, once again, our friend Joseph Cachero from The Score, who's on a bit of a heater. By the way, as someone who's once in a blue moon been in a press conference in a media room and asked a question, what I am hearing right now for the most part out of that Raptors post-game room is a disgrace. And I'm not talking about the Michael Grangers of the world or Eric Kareens or Josh Lewenbergs or Cacheros. Like there's some really good people in there. There's some really good people in there. But like I heard questions yesterday. I'm kind of paraphrasing, but I'm kind of not. I heard someone ask Brandon Ingram, Brandon, you were tied with Barnes for the lead in scoring today for your team. How did that feel? I heard another person ask a question. You know, you really started getting a rhythm in the second quarter. He was 6 for 23. What rhythm are you talking about? Hitting 2 shots in a row? What the hell are you talking about? I don't care about Glorilla. I don't know who that is. What is going on right now in the Raptors media room is unbelievable. Unbelievable. Doug Smith, get well soon, brother. Get back in a hurry. The guy, they need you in there. Desperately. Desperately.
Not like it's a series or anything.
It's not like it's important.
Series.
It's not like it's a real,
Yeah.
There are stakes.
There are some ridiculous.
No. Let's let every influencer in there. Let's let them all in. Jesus Christ. Steeler in the chat. Any media glazing BI is not serious about their job. I'll just let that sit there. But in a city, in an environment here in Toronto where you don't hear people challenge athletes at all, what Darko did yesterday with Scotty Barnes was beyond refreshing. Beyond refreshing. And this isn't typical Darko, everyone's amazing, hooray for everything. Like, this felt different to me. This felt a little different to me. He basically sat there after the game and said, we've seen 60% of what Thanos can do. Scotty Barnes. And I agree with him. And there's nothing wrong with challenging a person. There's nothing wrong with wanting more. There's nothing wrong with heaping the responsibility. And Darko went down this road because he knows, A, they need more of Scotty Barnes because Brandon Ingram is incompetent. And Emmanuel Quickley is a complete afterthought and really was a huge mistake by this organization. And Jakob Poeltl doesn't have a spine. And I don't mean that in terms of courage. Like, he doesn't have a back. His back's bad. Bad back. But Joseph Cachero, asked about Scotty Barnes, and I love this answer from Darko. We need more of this from people in charge in the city of Toronto. It's not about coddling. It's about demanding greatness because some of these kids have it in them. Barnes is 24. Where else can he go if he uses all of the arsenal? What can't the kid do on the court? Think about it. What can't he do if he's putting up 25 a night? You're dead against him. You can't do anything. Here's the question from Cachero and then Darko. I love it.
Had high praise for Scotty basically since you arrived in Toronto, even before some of the accolades he actually gained. You know, the way you spoke about his stature in the league. Is this version of him that we're seeing now the player that you envisioned even back then when you had that high praise for him?
No. I expect more from Scotty. Scotty's going to bring more. Scotty right now, the way he's playing, he's at 60% of a player that he's going to be in 2-3 years. Scotty's going to be one of the best players in the league, and he's already one of the best players in the league, but how much he cares about winning, it's pushing him forward to do whatever it takes to win a game, and that's what makes him so special. So I expect him to continue getting better and improving.
Damn right.
Oh, yeah.
Damn right that's the attitude. Push these kids. Push them. Don't settle. Don't be the Leafs. Push them. Don't settle. Don't settle for 12 home runs maybe from Vlad this year. Push them. Enough. The hand-holding in this city. Jesus Christ. It's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. Josh Sargent. Well, no one cares about Josh Sargent. But you know what I'm saying. Who, other than this past offseason with the Leafs, who pushed Morgan Riley? Who? That's the first time I've heard him ever criticized. Who's pushing these guys? You think Darko has good job security? Let's be honest about it. It's getting better. But that's not a guy on the most solid footing. He's going, no, our superstar needs to be better. We're seeing like half of his stuff here. We're seeing half of his bag, half the arsenal. Love it. And the Cavs still can't deal with it, and the Cavs are still running scared. The Cavs are scared. I'm telling you. Scared. Donovan Mitchell, he wants this huge contract. I don't know if he wants it in Cleveland. Kenny Atkinson might get fired. Jared Allen doesn't know what the future has in store. Love it. Azo, do you agree with the notion we've seen 60% of what Scotty Barnes can do? Because what's the old saying with our brains? Like humans only use 10% of our brain power.
Is it that much you use?
Sometimes I think it's way less than that, actually, based on things I see. But like, it's something.
Right.
It's something to that effect. Have we seen only 60% of Scotty Barnes' power?
Dude, what makes players great is their consistency. And I think that's all we've ever wanted to see out of Scotty, right? Is the consistency on whether it's on the offensive end, defensive end. Like, he does have all the skills, and there's no doubt. Darko's like professed his love for this guy, how he thinks he could be an MVP, how he could be the best player in the league. Darko's done it numerous times. So for him to step up and say, I need to see this on a more consistent basis, got no problems with that. Because if he thinks you can be that good, why wouldn't you say that?
I love it.
Me too.
I love it.
To be fair, I think we've seen it out of Scotty these 2 games coming home.
For sure.
And I love that too, because I am seeing like a bit of the playoff Vladdy in Scotty come out. And I just think it's going to come out more and more.
I mean, personally, OK Frankie in the chat, really been impressed with Darko these playoffs.
Yeah.
I think at times I've been impressed with him. I would have loved to seen that Jerome Battle 5-man unit out there a bit more, if I'm being honest, yesterday. But whatever, they got the win. But I think what we saw early in this series was, again, there has been a politeness to Barnes' game around Ingram.
Yeah, of course.
I think for 2 games, we saw that in Cleveland until the point where they had to pull Ingram in the second game. And Scotty Barnes, I think, finally said, maybe not even in Cleveland, maybe a quarter or 2 in a game 3 in Toronto. Okay, I have to be a big, big part of this offensively. Because the Raptors formula most of the year, Ingram offensively, Barnes, you literally do everything else. Steals, blocks, defense, occasionally point guard. You take care of all of that. We don't need 20. It'd be nice. We don't need 20. We have Brandon Ingram. We have Emmanuel Quickly. We have RJ Barrett. Barnes is realizing, I can just do all of that. And I'm 24 and I'm built like a truck.
Yeah.
And no one's going to stop me. If I love the coming down Main Street dunk, Scotty Barnes.
He had a couple of them yesterday.
He had the one
at the beginning and the one at the end where he missed it.
He missed it.
Yeah.
But the miss is
that
gives you momentum too, depending on how the miss happens.
But he had one early too when Atkinson had to call the timeout to get them back into it. And then that's my only problem. Sometimes they come out of timeouts and they're soft.
They don't look.
They let Cleveland back in because they were off and running to start the game until Cleveland called that time off. And speaking of your point, like Josh Lewenberg, did you see this one? I tried to upload it. It wouldn't upload for me. Only player in Raptors history to start a playoff run with 4 consecutive 20-plus point games, Scotty Barnes. That's the list. Kawhi didn't even do it in 2019.
Not Kawhi, not DeMar, not Vince.
Vince, yeah. It's in there, man.
Like, people need to remember how good Vince was.
Yeah. Oh.
Like, no, but not you and I are becoming a little older now. The generation's changing. But it was... I completely agree with that. 4 straight games with 20 points is not something that happens a lot.
No. And again, like he wasn't even fully on his game in games 1 or 2.
He wasn't. Unc Ryan in the chat. Imagine if the Leafs gave 60% this past season.
Oh man.
Okay, so you heard the Darko. Anything else on Darko's comments there? Because I think that I hope people aren't hearing that and going, "Wow, that's just Darko gassing up his guy again," and we've seen this all year. I'm like, that felt different to me. He was also challenging him.
Yeah.
He's been their best player.
Again, he needs a consistency.
Aside from Colin Murray-Boyle, Scotty Barnes has obviously been their best player. I heard a challenge last night. I heard you ain't seen anything yet. Like, let's go.
By the way, has anybody made Run CMB shirts? I want to make one.
Send them in.
Run them in.
Run them out there. Azo will wear that.
I will.
What's your shirt today? Do we have to give your shirt some love?
No, it's an old school. Dylan sees from when he was with the Padres and threw.
Well, show it. Go full screen and show it. Come on.
It's nothing. It's just San Diego. No.
For the listening audience, Jeff has a party is showing us 2 things. One, yesterday was chess day, and San Diego No Club. Sorry, Cease and who? Who's on there? Musgrove. I think it was Joe Musgrove.
Yeah, Joe Musgrove.
It's Joe Musgrove.
Right there. Cease with the I don't even know which side it is with the mustache. Yeah. Anyway,
the shirts you find.
I know, it's cool. Actually, that one I got by fluke. It was like one of those mystery shirts, and I just happened to get
a mystery shirt. I have weird shirts that just don't say anything.
Yeah, no, you're white. You're just for Wimbledon.
I'm the 185th player in the world, getting ready for the Monte Carlo Open. Yusuf in the chat. Dylan Cease is pitching tonight. There you go.
Yeah,
there you go. So hopefully,
Darko winning a game is amazing. See him run off the floor, pushing, hitting guys, like smacking. I'm ready. I'm
like when Darko in the first game of the year afterwards in the dressing room in Atlanta was going nuts. I didn't care for that.
Yeah.
I didn't mind that yesterday because that is pressure shifting. It wasn't just we won. Darko knows full well what Wednesday night's going to be for Cleveland. And it is squeaky bum time.
Dude, again, they should have had that game. When they were down 7, like early in the 4th, I started to get worried. I won't lie. It was a roller coaster. Like, it was an awful game to watch. But it was like, how did they just go down 7 when they were up by 2? Like, up by 2 at half. Up by 2 going. And then all of a sudden, they're down 7 and they're fighting back. Like, wow. I don't know. But it was defense. It was all defense yesterday.
I love Jamal Shed, by the way.
Hell yeah.
Jacoby Walter has disappeared in the series, unfortunately. But thankfully, Jamal
and even
Shed
them trying to put Battle back in yesterday, and it was not working.
Sorry.
Did you see his first 3? He missed the net.
I think came up just a bit short.
Yeah.
Frankie Focaccia in the chat. Run CMB. It's tricky.
I love that.
That's the shirt.
That's the shirt.
Do you want to hear from Scotty Barnes himself? Obviously, yeah, Scotty Barnes took a bit of a different tack. Scotty has become like Johnny Cliche at the podium. Like, this happened very quickly. I remember when he got drafted, like it was a mumble fest. Yeah. Like, he was not the best guy I've ever heard in front of the media. He's definitely grown and changed in front of the media.
When you're doing commercials with Jack Armstrong, you gotta get better. You gotta bring it.
Jack makes everyone better.
It's true.
And Scotty Barnes in front of a microphone is now considerably better. Look, Scotty was asked about a comment that Darko made about how everyone's playing with an edge or a chip on their shoulder. Scotty didn't necessarily agree with that, but he started off with the cliches, but then talked about how the guys generally they want to get better every game, but he said it in a way where you kind of believe it.
We're focusing on taking them one possession at a time. How can they go on the run? How can we go on the run ourselves? What can we do better? How can we focus on keep getting better each and every single day? And we're just enjoying that process. And I think that's just that's what makes our bond just so tight. We're just focusing on how can we grow, and we're trying to do it together and find ways of how we can communicate with each other each and every single day while we're on the court, off the court, and just keep growing our bond.
A lot of cliches early and some good stuff late.
Yeah.
How do we grow together? Like, I think, again, I've been pretty hard on Brandon Ingram here with cause.
Yeah, of course.
But that team is not doing that even in front of the cameras. It's a very supportive group with BI. Because if he gets out of it, Raptors win this in 6. No question about it.
100%.
If Brandon Ingram hits 12 shots from the field Wednesday, the series is over. Over.
That's what they need. Steal one in Cleveland.
But that's how fine it is right now. Like, the Raptors with no Quickly, with an injured Pirtle, with an ineffective Brandon Ingram, they got the Cavs on the run. They have them on the run. They don't know what to do. You have a team complaining about free throws with James Harden on it.
Yeah.
That disgrace. How many clubs was James Harden in town over the last few days? Like, let's talk about the 1 p.m. Eastern Raptors start and what that really entails.
Yeah, no kidding.
And for the record, the Raptors look like they were in a few clubs themselves. Kojut in the chat. IB is the Raptors' Alec Manoah.
Somebody asked if he was their Nylander. Frankie, your boy Frankie Breads.
There was also, where's the one here? Someone had a Jamal Shed
I saw that
love.
too.
Oh, here it is. Jay Caro in the chat. Jamal Shed showing that heart and grit in the face of Nylander eating popcorn courtside. I'm not going to get mad at William Nylander eating popcorn because there's some good MLSC popcorn out there. There's nothing wrong with MLSC popcorn. Popcorn's my weakness. My weakness.
Okay, you want to stay positive? Thank you, William Nylander, for not flipping off the camera that showed you.
I know.
Right? Look, he's growing up, man. He's maturing.
That's the first TSN camera since Christmas that he hasn't flipped off.
Yeah.
Good for you, Willie.
Yep.
Good for you. You know there were people in the TSN trunk going, oh, no.
Uh-oh. Should we show him? Should we not?
No.
Should we show him?
Oh, no. What should we do here with Johnny Goes Viral, William Nylander? Does William Nylander know the season's over?
Maybe not.
Have they told him?
Maybe not.
I don't know. So he's in town. So Alex Nylander and the Marlies, they won their first round series, by the way, the Marlies.
Yep.
Is he in town watching the Marlies?
Or does he have to stay in town till they hire someone? I don't know.
Well, he has to give the final okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. He has to give the final. Okay.
Maybe he's waiting for Matt's too, like everybody else.
Maybe. Wow. We'll get to that in a second. Okay, so game 5.
Let's go.
This is the biggest Raptor game since 2019 on Wednesday night. Not even close. This is it. Look, it's been a sleepy year. It's been a sleepy year. I know it. You know it. The Raptors have kind of been there. They've looked good against bad teams. They look bad against good teams. It has been very transparent how the team's been built and kind of how they excel. We all understand that. So the excitement level wasn't there. We needed a jolt. We got it over the last couple nights. I think we all are thinking the same thing. The Raptors still have nothing to lose considering the injuries and BI's performance. Nothing to lose. Cleveland have everything to lose. Everything to lose. And I don't know if you've noticed, Detroit don't look hot in that other series across from the Raptors.
Jeez.
And Orlando's a joke. I'll take Orlando any day of the week.
No kidding.
And I don't care how they look. Because Paolo Banchero's he's gonna fall over completely any second.
One of the final 2 weeks of the season, Raptors ran him out of the gym.
Right? Yes, they did. Thank you, Azzo, for that.
No, but like this is a big test, right? Like you do have Cleveland on the ropes, feeling all the pressure, but you know your history and what you've done in Cleveland lately.
Yep.
Like you got to pull out a victory here, and so to earn this, you're gonna have to earn this series, and it's a great test for these young guys. Like if I had to ask you, this team has taken a step forward from what you've seen, no? Especially Scotty. Like based on the year, based on everything, would you say this was a good year for Scotty?
Yeah.
Taking a step forward?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Generally, the kid has gotten better every year. Whether it's defensively, whether it's free throw wise, whether it's scoring, like you can see it. He's 24. He's a quick study. Like you can see it with Scotty Barnes. And by the way, the Darko quote, I that made me chuckle that I was going to play that I didn't play was he did go into the compliments of he's a great father, he's a great son, he's a great person, he plays great chess, he's fantastic at Fortnite. He was like the praise was effusive. Like it went on. We cut it off. But Scotty Barnes has gotten better. No question. Now, as a team, where are the Raptors? I still don't know without Quickly, and I still don't know considering Brandon Ingram's current situation, and I still don't know with Pirtle. Long-term, big picture, these are anchors. These are not positives. Mm-hmm. But if you're telling me the guts of the team going forward is RJ, CMB, Barnes, and Shed, I'm here for it. And that's assuming RJ Barrett's still here.
Right.
And people think you rip on RJ if you bring that up. I think he has a year after this one on his contract. It's not an insult to suggest that other teams would want you. That's not an insult in sports. Right. Some people think that's an insult. It's not. It's maybe you don't fit all of what's needed here. I don't know. Now, based on what I've seen from RJ, I'm fine with another contract with RJ.
For sure.
I'm fine with it.
Seems to have found his role properly.
Haven't always been that way.
No.
But I'm fine with it now. And I'm not just saying that over a couple games. Like if you listen to him speak, I know he had some injury issues throughout the season. He has been engaged and as engaged as anyone. Anyone.
He's become a leader. Like he'll step up there. 100%. They put him out for the mic. They put him out there post game almost every game. No, and ever since he came back from his injury this year, the last one, that last stretch of the season, he was a total leader.
Totally.
Like you called it, the emotional, the cultural, he is that guy. When we talk about culture, he knows what it takes, and he has the pride in playing here. He is what we wish Mitch Marner was here.
Yep. Best of luck to Marner. Don't fall down 3-1 tonight to the Mammoth, buddy. Don't go down 3-1. Jay Caro in the chat. Remember everyone freaking out when the Raptors drafted Scotty over Jalen Suggs? I do remember that.
Yeah.
There are receipts all over the internet.
There is.
By the way,
they've all shown up.
By the way, we live in a world where potentially, if this goes the Raptors' way, and as far as I'm concerned, it's a coin flip right now. Scotty Barnes could eliminate the guy drafted ahead of him and Evan Mobley, and next round might get Jalen Suggs and the Orlando Magic, another person taken ahead of him, or what fans should have thought was taken ahead of him. And don't think Scotty Barnes didn't hear that.
No kidding.
Don't think Scotty Barnes didn't hear that we need Jalen Suggs over Scotty Barnes.
In between them, yeah.
He might get Orlando in the second round. Look at me all positive, looking at possibilities. Look at me. Go get him, Scotty.
I had missed this story last week. Did you know the story came out from Chris Fedor? He's a Cavs beat writer. Report, the Cavs were happy they drew the Raptors instead of the Hawks. The quote was, there was always a feeling inside the Cavs organization of, all right, we're good. We got Toronto instead of Atlanta. That came out apparently between
Yeah,
game 2 and game 3. So the Raptors are 2-0 since that came out. I wonder if that's some bulletin board material and something to drive Scotty a bit more.
I've seen some of the comments in the chat. I'm not noticing anything in the room. I don't think Azzo is either. Azzo doesn't seem as lit. As
I
he
know.
normally is.
I do notice that actually, and I don't know why, because the lights
All
are
right.
on.
It's
I can't turn it off and
ironically, it's the best you've looked in months
I know. It's
doing
true.
this show.
I know, or my camera's off. I wonder if I shook my camera or something. It's weird. Yeah, I am darker than I was.
Dim romantic Azzo.
Mhm.
I think the chat's
Getting
here
all
for it.
romantic, talk about the Raptors.
Look at this.
Mhm.
To light a candle in here or something like that. All right. So again, Raptors, Cavs, game 5, Wednesday night.
Right there.
7:30 tip. Let's go. Let's go. Who the hell are Cleveland? Who the hell do you think you are? You have a Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in a lake. Who are you? LeBron's not walking through that door. Donovan Mitchell ain't LeBron. James Harden's about 30 pounds from what he used to be. I don't see LeBron walking through that door. I don't see Kyrie Irving walking through that door. I don't see Tyronn Lue, head coach, walking through that door. Nope. Don't see it. Marco in the chat. This is why you look darker, Azzo. My sweater's too bright.
Oh, maybe.
Got to get my shades. That's from Marco. Look at that.
It's like the same lights on
the
you.
amount of
I don't
lighting
understand.
experts in the chat is inspiring.
I could do a quick reset with the lights, but it would shut it off.
Nah,
for a
don't
second.
do that.
Yeah, I know. We'll just wait.
Don't do that. It's
Me and less light is better for everyone. Don't.
Don't say that. Don't say that. You have lots of friends.
Apparently
Hey,
when I unzipped the sweater, the lights went dim.
Oh,
That's
I
why
think
I
couldn't take it.
didn't do
Yeah,
that on purpose.
couldn't
I
take
don't
it.
know.
Couldn't take it. Hey, Azzo.
What's up, Sid?
Great time of year.
It really was. Or
And
it
it is.
It
Present tense. Was and is. Puck drops, tip-offs, first pitches. When the game is on, you call the shots. Head to betway.ca and bet your way. Must be 19 plus. Play responsibly. Azzo, as you know, I'm a soccer guy.
You are.
Big time soccer guy.
Can't wait for the World Cup.
World Cup's going to be unbelievable. And this week's going to be unbelievable. It's Champions League semifinal, leg 1 week. Because there's 2 legs.
That's true.
This is leg 1 week. In Wednesday's semifinal, Arsenal's taking on Atletico Madrid in Spain. Arsenal are up against it because Atletico find ways to get through. But tomorrow, Azzo, is dare I say, the actual final in the semi. Sometimes in soccer, you get this.
You get it in every sport.
You get the final a little earlier than you're expecting, but you have it. And tomorrow in Paris, it's defending Champions League champions, Paris Saint-Germain, taking on Bayern Munich. These two, hands down, with all due respect to Arsenal, hands down have been the 2 best teams in Europe this season. It's not a discussion. Bayern have been ridiculously good, and Alphonso Davies has hardly played for them. And Paris Saint-Germain are just a juggernaut. A juggernaut. And they had a slow start to the year. They were fatigued after winning the Champions League and being part of that World Club Cup last summer. They found their feet after the new year. Paris Saint-Germain are back in a serious way. There's 2 names I want to throw your way in terms of elite level goal scoring in the second half of this season that you should look at maybe for that first leg game tomorrow in Paris between PSG and Bayern Munich. Kavicius Kvaratskhelia for PSG, the Georgian international. He kind of found his way out of the rotation towards the end of last year. He is very much back in the rotation this year. He has 17 goals in 49 games. He looks unbelievable. He looks unbelievable to the point where Barcola, the French international, can't get into a game because of him. That's how deep PSG is. That's why I think they're going to win this competition again. But Kvaratskhelia is definitely a name to watch for PSG tomorrow. And a French international for Bayern Munich, who I think is going to be a top 3 finalist for the Ballon d'Or for Player of the Year, is Mikel Olise. Mikel Olise has 22 goals and 27 assists this season for Bayern. He's a winger. He's a winger. Those stats for a winger are obscene, especially goal scoring wise. Olise has been a top 3 player in the world this season. Definitely one to watch tomorrow, leg 1, as Bayern Munich take on PSG. So 2 names to think about if you like goal scoring, because goals are fun. Kvaratskhelia for PSG, Olise for Bayern Munich. Quick Champions League final prediction, Azzo. We got Atletico Madrid, Arsenal on the one side, PSG, Bayern Munich. I think it's going to be a PSG Atletico Madrid final in Budapest.
Like that.
Oh, you agree? Okay, no
I like
debate.
that.
There you go. Done.
2 teams.
We agree. Azo and I are soccer aligned for now. We might disagree come the World Cup a little bit. Okay, I would like to momentarily do some Leafs here. And we're going to go Leafs, Jays, and then back to hockey, if you guys are cool with that. And if you're not, I'm sorry, I have editorial control. So I am going to stay right there. So the Leaf speculation in terms of GM and director of hockey ops and who else is involved, it continues to grow. Nothing official yet from Keith Pelly and MLSE. Nothing official. However, we have some nuggets for you. One from last night, two from today. Andy Strickland does a really good job covering the St. Louis Blues. And once in a while, he comes up with an absolute doozy in terms of a rumor, in terms of a news item. And Andy Strickland posted this at 8:12 this morning. Could we be in line for a Matt Sundin, John Chayka, Scott White combo in Toronto? Now, that would be something. In terms of Sundin, Elliot didn't spend long on it because him and Kyle are busy right now, like very busy. But the one thing Friedman did put out this morning is right now everyone's waiting on Matt Sundin's answer in terms of whether or not he wants to be a part of this. And I have to be honest with you. I think Keith Pelly or anyone at MLSE, if this is how it happened, if it leaked purposely, I don't know if it did, but if it leaked purposely that Matt Sundin met in person with Keith Pelly in order to call off the dogs and give MLSE some good PR in this situation, I understand it. I completely understand it. Here's the problem. What if he says no? Right? Because the one thing I haven't heard anyone talk about is, oh, what if he looks under the hood and stays in Sweden? What does that say? Because that's what freaks me out a little bit. You've heard a lot of Sundin. I haven't heard a lot of, well, Sundin's not sure yet. Like Sundin really doesn't know. I've heard a lot of positive Sundin talk, both in terms of what he can bring to the Leafs and his interest. We've now reached a point with Matt Sundin and the Leafs front office search where this is going to look a certain way if he's not here. We're down the road a bit in terms of public speculation. Multiple insiders, not just one, multiple. Pelly has a problem if this doesn't go his way. Why would a former beloved captain of the Toronto Maple Leafs not want to be a part of this? Especially if you're giving them some kind of power. What's going on there? What's the situation? We're not sure yet how it's going to go. We're not sure. Feels like it's close. Like May 1st would be a good time to have this wrapped up if you're Keith Pelly. I think any front office would tell you the same thing. Because May is when decisions get made and you have your conversations. You get a feel for the league trade-wise. You can do a lot of stuff before Combine. A lot of stuff. That gives you 2 full months before a draft. That's good. That's healthy. The Canucks will screw that up. If you're the Leafs, I don't think they will. But if the fan base is now expecting Sundin and they don't get Sundin, what does that mean about Sundin? If I'm a fan, I'd be worried about that. If I'm an observer of the Leafs, I would ask about that. What's going on there? What is going on there? So that's the Sundin latest. Last night, guys, I'm sorry. I like Steve Simmons a lot. I know a lot of you don't. He's put his nuts on the table for years in this market. He's still here. He's still doing his thing. I've been reading Steve Simmons my whole life. And last night again, his Sunday column, It was a great headline. Again, I don't know how much control Steve has over the headlines. I've been told headlines are someone else's business. But the headline is reason to worry if these two are Maple Leafs GM finalists. It's a picture of Scott White, assistant GM of Dallas, and John Chayka, the former GM and wonder boy of the Arizona Coyotes. So the guts of Steve's column last night in the Toronto Sun were he got texts about both of those guys. Both of them. The first text he got about John Chayka, who's rumored to be in the mix for the Leafs, said that Chayka is smooth talking and that the person who sent this to Steve, quote, can't believe he's fooling them again, end quote. That's the first thing. Then there's Scott White, who like has been involved in this, but like usually in the on the periphery. Not a lot of people in Toronto know much about Scott White. Now, part of a great organization in Dallas with Jim Nill. But the point that Steve Simmons makes last night is like Scott White, in terms of the people really helping Nill, is not the guy. And the guy is a gentleman named Joe McDonald. Like Scott White is not the Scottie Pippen to Jim Nill's Jordan down there. That's not what Steve Simmons is hearing. And in fact, Simmons got this text about Scott White. Quote, I wouldn't hire him to run a junior team. End quote. Yikes indeed, Jeff has a party. Yikes indeed. So that's kind of where we're at. And clone in the chat. LMAO. Yep. There's a bit of that going on. Death Clutch writes, it'll probably be something or somebody we're not expecting. Maybe. Listen, all bets are on right now.
Preach said something. There might be a name in here that we haven't even heard yet, right? He said something to that
I think
degree.
Smart insiders should always put that out.
Right. It's true. No, it's true.
If I'm being honest.
You're right.
I don't doubt that's what Frege is hearing, but Frege is responsible enough to know he doesn't have enough sources on it to go with a name.
Right.
Because Frege is an extremely smart guy. But if I were an insider, I would put that out for everything.
Of course.
Like there could also be another name in this. just to cover my ass a little bit.
They have to have a contingency plan for Sundin too, right? If they think they need a third or whatever it is.
Azo, do you not agree with the notion? You brought up Sundin. Thank you for that again. Are we at the point where Sundin, where if this doesn't happen, it's a major L for the organization? You don't think we're there?
No. Because I think it's all to the degree that Mats wants to be involved, right? Like he'll always be a part of this organization somehow, have some kind of title. They're offering him more. Now, what would scare me is we talked about it, how Mike Johnson said he sat with him in Milan or whatever at the Olympics, and he had some heavy thoughts on this. Will he not join it because he doesn't think they want to hear the extent to which he thinks they have to do something? Or are they willing to go as far as he thinks they need to go? Like, to me, that would be the biggest question. I always think Sundin will be a part of it, but it's just to what degree. Like you mentioned last week, what's becoming more interesting now is even what the title for all these guys is going to be, because it doesn't seem like a typical president of hockey ops, GM, and like advisor, AGM.
If I'm Matt Sundin, I demand one title inside MLSE. I want this on the website. I'm the captain. Suck on this. That's my title.
That's good.
That's my title.
That's good.
John Chayka can't get a combine right. You're going to tell me what to do? Like,
yeah.
Like you're gonna tell me what to do. John Chayka can't spell Toronto, but you're gonna tell Matt Sundin what to do with that organization. No. That's not happening. I think how this is playing out is fascinating because Matt Sundin, he may be analytically driven to a certain extent. He may like that side of it. We don't know. I haven't spoken to Matt Sundin about that, but I'm going to tell you something. That's where the organization's going. If he decides, because clearly he's thinking about this, if he decides no and stays in Sweden, then maybe there's a swing here that he can't go with analytically. I don't know. I think it opens up a Pandora's box for the Leafs they do not want. You do not want to be the organization that your former beloved captain says no to. Pelle, in typical Pelle fashion, he's rolling dice. Pelle loves to roll dice. It's actually benefited him a lot in his career. I give him credit. This is a big one. Don't be the guy who Matt Sundin walked away from. Don't. because I don't know what that's going to say about the organization. Randy in the chat writes, Mike Johnson says Matz has had his eyes on the Leafs for years, and he has ideas to change / help the Leafs, to go with what Azzo has been saying as well. I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it, but it still has to be the right situation.
Agreed. But again, like if Matz is seeing more than just a quick retool, and they don't want to go down that road, like is that what he realizes, and maybe why he doesn't want to jump fully in?
By the way, how's that Boston retool doing, guys? You want to talk about retools?
Oh, yeah,
how's that Boston Bruins retool going, guys? Jeremy Swayman's telling his whole bench to F off.
Oh, dude.
How's the retool going in Boston, guys? Marco Sturm has that look on his face like Brad Treliving inside a trade deadline room. What am I doing right now? What am I doing here? I don't know what I'm doing. How's that retool going in Boston, guys? The one referenced by the Leafs constantly. Full marks to Buffalo. And I don't like Buffalo. Full marks to Buffalo. How's the retool going?
Can we talk about that, though, until next week and our live watch party for the draft lottery? Then we can tell you how the retool is going. If they have a top six,
if you put Gavin McKenna in there. Although you do need a defenseman over a winger. Ron in the chat writes, Sundin's family is why he might say no. Well, he did take the meeting there, Ron. I got to tell you. He flew over here to take the meeting. They could have Skyped that in. They could have been like Ricky Gervais when they were looking for Michael Scott's replacement in the office. You could FaceTime into that. He didn't. Matt Sundin was in town. How long a flight is that from Sweden to Toronto? What is that?
Look it up. It's got to be a while.
It's not the Azores in Portugal. That's a 5-hour flight to the Azores. It's amazing.
Azores.
It's closer than Vegas.
Tell me about it.
The Azores is closer than Vegas in terms of a flight, basically, or the same. That's not a chip shot away for Matt Sundin to come to Toronto for that meeting.
No,
it's not.
It's 10+ hours.
Oh,
with everything.
Wow. And I'm assuming Matt Sundin doesn't have any layovers.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's an MLSE private jet that got him. I would assume. Luke in the chat, why don't I like Buffalo? Because I feel like Buffalo haven't won anything yet, and they're acting like they got the cup. That's why I don't like Buffalo. Now, it looks like you're winning the series. Full marks to you. God, I would love a Sabres-Habs second round.
So would I. See? Now you're on my side. I said that last week, dude.
Although, with that said, Tampa and the Sabres kicked the you-know-what at each other not that long ago in the regular season. No, that would be a fun series,
but just for
too.
the buildings, man. Those guys walking into that building, those barns, like, they're buzzing. It's awesome. But anyways, my last point about Matt is, again, I feel like he'd bring, like you're talking about the analytics, but I feel like he brings that Pronger aspect to him where it's like no BS. Here's what I think hockey-wise. And are they willing to listen to what he says? Does he believe they'll listen to anything he says? Or will Chaika come in with more stats and more data that I think data points us this way, while Matt's is saying in the hockey world, this is what they need.
Maybe.
Like, I don't know. And with a guy like Scott White too. And again, is Scott White just the guy who you can say, look, Dallas is a good organization. That's why we're bringing him here from there. Like, that's what always worries me about that. Bringing an AGM, like it has to be from a winning organization like Boston.
But you know what the difference is between what a Scott White would do in the organization and what a Matt Sundin would do in the organization? Matt Sundin is not going to the Marlies meeting.
Agreed.
And all due respect to the professional hockey players, it's a level I couldn't touch. I'm not disrespecting the Marlies, but that's a GM job.
Right.
If you're like whatever Matt Sundin's title would be, something hockey ops, you're not necessarily always at that meeting.
No, I agree.
Like you're not always talking to the coaches every day. That's a GM thing.
Right.
Although Pelly sounds like he's very much involved in that too.
No, like Scott White's instead of Evan Gold or who is the guy from the Rangers. Like they always try and bring in a guy from another organization. Yeah, Matt Sundin. That's why I said you kind of have to have a contingency plan. If you think this is going to be like a 3-pronged like board or whatever you want to call it, like setup, then you need a contingency plan for Sundin. Which to me would be like a Pronger or somebody to that effect.
Matt
Shane
Sundin,
Doan, maybe something. I don't know.
The way this has always been kind of framed in terms of people who are reporting on this, Matt Sundin is big picture.
Yes.
Matt Sundin is culture, big picture.
Hockey.
Convincing William Nylander to waive his no trade, that kind of stuff. That's the stuff Sundin's going to be involved in. He's not involved in the day-to-day power play meeting. He could be. Scored a lot of goals in the NHL. If he wants to be, I'd rather have him in there than Pelly. I'm not saying Pelly's in that meeting for the record, but you know what I'm trying to say.
Oh. But that's what I was going to say. Sundin kind of offsets Chaika, right? Like Chaika's going to bring all the data. Sundin will give you the culture of the hockey. And then maybe someone like Scott White or Evan Gold or whoever it is from this AGM.
But hold on a second. So, okay, let's play this out. I like where you're going with this. So let's say it's Sundin, it's John Chaika, Scott White.
So Scott White's either the development or the legal guy, right? Whether it's Evan Gold or whoever.
Let's say White is an old school traditional GM title. President or director of hockey ops is Chaika, and director of hockey culture is Matt Sundin.
Sure.
However you
whatever it is.
Who gets final say?
Pelly.
But hold on.
Yeah.
Pelly is recommended to do things. If Pelly's deciding, that's a different setup. Pelly is now back in the trade deadline room if you're deciding. If Pelly wants the separation here that keeps Pelly employed and avoid some of the ammunition, you have to be in a situation where you are recommended things.
Right.
And that has to come from one person. So who in that trident of names, Scott White, John Chaika, Matt Sundin, we're playing this out in theory.
No, I know.
Who's the final say? Who's the last person in the Oval Office talking to Pelly about what to do?
If you have three guys, someone's always going to get outvoted 2-1. Like
that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying there are people in these discussions with MLSE who want the power. So who's it going to be?
What I'm saying to you is if you have that brain trust, you put those three guys in a room and the three of them have to come up with a decision.
Oh, so you think that's going to work out cleanly every time?
Well, no,
are you serious?
It's not.
So then what are we doing? We still need some kind of cohesive unit.
Right.
You need
and then that's when they go to Pelly if they can't. But I think between three guys.
So we're back at Pelly running everything.
I mean, last year...
Because that's not the point of this.
Didn't we hear last year he trusted Berube and Treliving to do it, and they were never on the same page? So maybe adding a third guy? I'm just trying. Why is there three names in this setup?
Because there are different job descriptions that should be filled. Lee Parks in the chat. Guys, I have it. AI has the final say.
I just saw that.
Yes. Sorry, I was being naive. Yes.
But I think this is what Pelly wants. He wants three guys that are bringing different things instead of 6 AGMs. You got three guys that each bring their own thing, and then you throw it together. And somebody, you're right. But somebody has a final say.
But you guys going in a room and you figure it out isn't that's not happening. Like if Matt Sundin is coming 10 hours on a plane here, he's not going to sit here and watch John Chaika make every decision. There's no way he's doing that.
We're joking about that tweet. What about our guy we brought up from MLSE and the theory thing he's pulling together?
Well, then you got to think about that.
No, but is that what makes a final decision, given those three, if they all give their input?
Look.
That could be it, no?
At the end of the day, Pelly's going to Pelly. Yeah. At the end of the day, Keith Pelly's been waiting for this opportunity his whole life, and he's going to take some credit for it, which means he's going to make some decisions, whether he denies it or not. But in terms of the structure of who these people are coming in, there will be a head honcho. So you think three guys are going to go in a room on every decision, and they're going to have a 2-1 vote on everything?
I mean, that's why I got rid of Brendan Shanahan. He still wants to.
They got rid of Shanahan because they want to pay Brendan Shanahan. That's why they got the same reason they got rid of Masai. Bobby Webster doesn't make close to the money. Bobby, you got the job.
So let me ask you this:
that's what they did there.
That decision person takes it to the board, or does Pelly take it to the board? He takes it from that.
Well, first off, there's no more board. It's Rogers. Rogers owns Rogers.
Okay,
so
sorry.
It's Tony Staffieri and Ed.
Right. So who takes it to them? Is it Pelly or is it this person who has last
Pelly in theory takes everything to them. From the Raptors, from the Leafs, from TFC. Again, you and I are the only show talking about TFC. That's how it goes. Who recommends stuff to Pelly is to be decided. We don't know that yet. But Matt Sundin is not coming here 10 hours to just watch John Chaika screw up another franchise. He's not. And burn first-round picks and second-round picks and then get pissy and then try and cut a deal with the Rangers. He's not doing it. And if I'm Sundin, I want those assurances too. I got family over there.
No, for sure.
I'm a Hall of Famer. I got money. I'm revered. Even though people were pissed at me for not waiving the no trade back in the day.
Yeah.
I'm still revered. Why do I have to sit here and watch Scott White run the team? I don't need that.
I just don't think we've ever heard that they're officially hiring a president of hockey ops, and I almost see Pelly rather establishing these three guys that are more on par. You're right. Somebody has to have final say.
Someone has to have final
say. And I don't know who it is, but I see Pelly either trying to still be that guy and taking notes from all three of the guys, or making his number 2 at MLS.
But Azzo, you might be dead on here. it could, at the end of the day, it might be irrelevant because it's Pelly.
Yeah.
Pelly's going to, if Pelly takes way more of a hands-on than we expect, oh boy.
Like he wanted to. It's only been 1 year removed from when he tried to do
Well,
this.
it's reported that he wanted it in the trade deadline room. He had his stats. He had his analytics. Guys, I think we can get a first for Scott Lawton. That's what the computer said. That Athletic article was damning.
Again, we've never been told for sure they're hiring a president of hockey ops.
But regardless, but you're right. But I think we're getting hung up on the titles too much.
Right. Yeah, but that doesn't mean somebody's at the top.
There's still going to be someone at the top. It doesn't matter what you call them. So you don't think there's going to be someone at the top?
Unless it's Pelly himself.
Pelly will get, again.
But what if it is his number 2 and the guy who put together that system, who takes all this information?
Here's the thing. If you're John Shake is desperate as hell. He'll go in there. It doesn't matter. But if you're Matt Sundin, you have to be comfortable with your role in this and know what's going on.
Right.
The fact that he's still contemplating,
I agree,
I think is a huge red flag to Leafs Nation about what might be going on here.
Yep. I agree 100%.
You do not fly 10 hours to meet Pelly face to face and then be like unsure. You were the captain of the team. You've been the leading scorer in franchise history for a long time before Austin Matthews came along. You got to an Eastern Conference final. You were on the last truly great Leafs team in the 2000s.
Yep.
You got everything you want in life. You have an Olympic gold medal. When Canada sent their best, Sweden won an Olympic gold medal. Like, there's nothing Matt Sundin wants in this world. He has been blessed by God. He's not coming here to watch a clown operate. He's not. Now, I completely understand Pelly wanting to make this. This is a classic Pelly swing.
Right.
Classic. It's a name. It's aggressive. It's a wow headline moment. I understand it. All of the things. Someone's going to have the room with Pelly at the end of a meeting. Who's it going to be? And I'm not talking about the AI analytics guy that we talked about here on the show. That guy's always going to be around. From a hockey sense, who's in the Oval Office with Pelly when everyone else leaves? We don't know that. If I'm Matt Sundin, I would like to be the person. And if you're not going to make me the person, I will stay at home with my young, beautiful family and enjoy what was an unbelievable career, one of the greatest in European hockey history and Leafs history.
I agree with you that this is a red flag, and it says a lot that both sides haven't got this done. Because if they thought Sundin was the guy, they would have given him whatever they want.
100%.
Like, and 100%. The fact that Sundin needs this time to contemplate, because it's been, 2 weeks now we were hearing Sundin? If they don't know, if either side doesn't know what they want, that is a red flag.
I think it is. Now, you and I, later tonight, might have our phones light up, and it's a notification Matt Sundin is the new director and supreme ruler of the universe of the Toronto Maple Leafs. Who knows?
Consensus is this is going into May, though.
Oh, I don't know that. Could be by the end of this week.
No, okay. No, I'm just saying Dreger and those guys are seemingly...
At the end of the day, man, it sounds like everyone's on Sundin time right now. Nothing's moving until Matt decides.
Fair enough.
And if I'm MLSC, then it makes sense, because that means Sundin was going to get a prominent role. Prominent role. Like, everyone moves up or down depending on what Matt decides. Chayka could have the keys to the whole kingdom here in a second if Matt stays home. Oh my God.
But again, is it Matt's demanding that, or is it MLSE offering it? I don't know. We don't know. That's the curious part to me.
The fact that Sundin's name leaked this quickly tells me they really want people to know he's thinking about this. Because the Leafs have been getting hammered for weeks.
No, you're right.
It's no surprise.
No, you're right. It's good press that his name is in there in the mix, without a doubt.
Dan in the chat, I missed a lot, guys. Is Sundin really a thing? Sundin might be a thing, guys.
We're waiting for it.
We're waiting on it. Maybe live stream if Sundin is hired. Who knows?
Is this like waiting for him to give into his no trade?
JB in the chat. Pelly is the red flag.
Yeah,
I don't know about that yet. I know Pelly's had some weird moments. Just people have written off Keith Pelly many times in his career. Careful.
He's here for a reason.
He is here for a reason. Now, he's here because Ed Rogers and Tony Staffieri are very familiar. He's here because Keith Pelly has a lot of global contacts.
Yes.
And I think globally, Rogers have a lot of financial interests right now. So Keith Pelly is a very, very useful executive for Rogers. No question about him.
I think they brought him in for a reason once they take over full control of MLSE.
By the way, do we live in a world where there's not one Canadian hockey team in the second round of the playoffs for Rogers?
Possibly.
Whoa. We'll get to the Oilers here in a bit. Oh, man, we're running out of time.
It's not like we spent billions of dollars on. Oh, wait.
They did. They did. Well, it doesn't get them any good times with them, considering American TV gets all their times.
We're really close. Actually, I hadn't even thought about how close we are to that actually being happen.
Dude, if I hear Gary Bettman tell me again the first round's great, I'm going to puke.
Yeah.
We have 2 series tops that might go 6 games right now. Tops. Well, the Habs will go 6 games with Tampa, and the Wild are going 6 games at least with Dallas. There's no other series right now that feels like it's going 6 games.
Yeah.
This first round's been a dud. A complete dud. Hey, Gary, zip it. Zip it with the great first rounders. No idea what you're talking about. Okay, we'll dive into the hockey a little bit later here, because we should talk about that Oilers finish and the Habs.
Definitely.
And how the Senators are as far away as any team from winning a Stanley Cup. The Toronto Blue Jays have won 2 series in a row. Let's go, Jays.
Woo!
They're 12-15. They win 2 of 3 over the weekend. And the Guardians, they gave them a good series. Guardians are a tough team. They're a pesky little team.
They are.
We forget the runs they made last year to get back into playoff contention. They're pesky. But it was quite the news weekend for the Toronto Blue Jays as this was going on. And it started Friday in the dugout during batting practice when Ross Atkins had the most humiliating moment of his career as a Toronto Blue Jay executive. It's not even close.
Wow.
It's not even close. And I put this above Barrios in Minnesota. You lost Game 7 of the World Series because Jeff Hoffman couldn't get it out. Couldn't get it out against their 9-hitter. You lost. And not long after that loss, Ross Atkins said, I think we're open to a lot of possibilities as the closer of this team. They brought in an 8th inning guy, and that's it to start the season. That's it. Tyler Rogers. I like Tyler Rogers, but he's not a closer. You need some strikeout potential as a closer. Ross Atkins had an entire offseason to try and put in a better arm than Jeff Hoffman. And either he refused to do it or he just couldn't. Either way, damning. Damning. And Friday in the dugout during batting practice for the Toronto Blue Jays, Ross Atkins, 28 days after this season started, not even a full month, Ross Atkins had to sit there and say, I failed, and Jeff Hoffman's not the guy. So in the sound you're about to hear, he once again is making excuses for Jeff Hoffman, saying we have to put him in good spots. We have to put him in good spots. And then thank God Rosie DiMano follows up of the Toronto Star and says, so just so we're clear, Jeff Hoffman's no longer the closer, right? So you're going to hear Ross Atkins, a little bit of Rosie. You can't really hear Rosie that much, but that's what she asks. And then Ross's response. Again, this is hands down the most pathetic moment of Ross Atkins' tenure as GM of the Toronto Blue Jays.
Think about Jeff and his situation is I immediately think that we need to be better as an organization in the deployment of his arsenal and how we're helping him, putting him in situations to be successful because of how good he has been and still is.
I'm sorry, I haven't been able to hear all the questions. Does that indicate that it's a job that will be shared with Garland, and when are you expecting him back?
Yeah, I mean, we're going to share it across more than one arm in the short term, and we may get back to a situation where there is someone named our closer, but in the short term, that responsibility will be shared.
Brett in the chat, 100% agrees, Sid, didn't address the only hole. I know it seems like I only read the chats that agree with me, but I like those. And there you have it. The receipts of people in this town defending Jeff Hoffman are all there. They're all there. Just take a look. At some point, you were wrong. 28 days into this season. 28 days. It's not May. You couldn't take it anymore with Jeff Hoffman, and you're still making excuses for him. So, in this closer by committee, it seems like it's not a committee. Louis Varland's the closer. And on Saturday, Louis Varland came out and looked nervous. Let's be honest. Louis Varland's used to coming in with maybe a guy on base here and there, and different world. When you're coming out for the ninth, it is a different world, no doubt about it. And he struggled Saturday, he threw 30 pitches. Louis Varland threw 30 pitches to get that save, second of his career, second of the week for Louis Varland. But he got there. What blew my mind about Louis Varland and his usage this weekend for the Jays is they threw him out there yesterday. You know how taxing a 30-pitch inning is for a reliever? It's pretty taxing, especially when you really need in Louis Varland. What did John Schneider do? Go back out there. No days off for you. Go back out there. So I went back and looked. Since becoming a Toronto Blue Jay, do you know how many times Jeff Hoffman has thrown a 30-pitch inning? Regular season and playoffs combined. He's done it 5 times. 5 times. How many times do you think they threw him out there the next day? How many times do you think John Schneider threw Jeff Hoffman out there the next day after a taxing 30-pitch inning? It was once. And it was Game 7 of the ALCS. It was actually one of the best moments Hoffman's had as a Jay. Nice, clean save after Springer hit the home run against Seattle. That was probably it. But there was another moment last year in July where he gave him 7 days off after a 30-pitch inning. Once again, the ego that went into Jeff Hoffman should be looked at one day in a serious way by people inside that organization. I don't think it's been fair to other players. I really don't. Other players have not been given the grace that Jeff Hoffman has. Now, Hoffman came out in the 8th yesterday, looked fine. We also now live in a world where you can't have him face the top of the order because he's useless and he has no control. Against the bottom of the order, fine. Fine. That's also a guy they threw out in Game 7 not that long ago in the World Series. And he can now only take on the bottom of the order. All right. All right. But Louis Varland, let's be clear about this, was not given any grace over the weekend. They threw him in the furnace very quickly, something they rarely did with Hoffman when he was that busy on a 30-pitch inning. I'm rooting hard for Louis Varland. I'm rooting hard because there was an ego in this Jeff Hoffman thing that has crippled the organization, and that's on Atkins. Kind of on Schneider, mostly on Atkins. It hasn't been fair to the team or you, the fan base. So I was really happy for Louis Varland over the weekend. And for all of you that defended Jeff Hoffman for a year and a bit, you're an idiot. And maybe this is the perfect role for him. Sorry, where are the least important hitters they got? Okay, Jeff, that's you. That's what situational outings are now for Jeff Hoffman. Guys, when are 7, 8, 9 coming up for them? Okay? Hoffman, you're in. I did not like how Varland was thrown back in there yesterday. I thought it was a little unfair, and he got through it. Good for you, Louis. Good for you. Because this team has favorites, and this team shows they have favorites. They were dying for Varland to screw that up. Dying internally. You heard me right. And he didn't. He didn't. Good for you, Louis. And shout out Tyler Rogers. I like Tyler Rogers a lot. And who knows, maybe Fisher steps in. Maybe this is another opportunity for someone else. Who wants it? Who wants all the smoke? I love moments like this. Who's going to step up? Anyone in Buffalo? Anyone in Buffalo want it? Maybe Eric Lauer becomes your guy out of the pen. Eric Lauer is now in the bullpen. Trey Savage is throwing tomorrow night. Eric Lauer, how many 2-inning guys do they have? I love it. Maybe this is perfect for Lauer. Just don't piss off Schneider again. This is perfect potentially for Lauer. Love it. But I had a pit in my stomach when going back and forth with the Jays and the Raptors. I kind of got the feeling Varland was being thrown out there again after a 30-pitch inning. They'd never do that with Hoffman, except for the one time last year. It's a big spot, but just the one time. There are forces in that organization who don't want Louis Varland to succeed based on ego. Don't think that's not happening. It is happening. I saw it. Their preferential guys getting bottom of the order hitters. Louis Varland's going back out there exhausted. I saw it. Go get him, Louis. Jays tonight against Boston, who've had their own issues over the last 48 hours. The whole bullpen scene, Azo. Your take.
Yeah.
Your take.
I'm with Jay Rabe here saying we're all rooting for Louis, and we are, aren't we? We all
I
are
am.
rooting for Louis for sure.
I am.
I think it is amazing that his very first career save came in one pitch only to get 2 outs. And then his second one took 30 pitches. And you could see, like, nobody can tell me that going in the 9th inning and trying to save it for your team doesn't have an effect on you. Because then I want to give Heineman credit because he went out there and talked to him, settled him down, and he came back.
He did do a good job.
He did settle himself down and came back and did it. And Heineman tried to do the same thing for Hoffman in Anaheim, and he did it one day, and then he couldn't do it the second day.
Yeah.
Like, again, Hoffman could have a role here, and he was a very good 8th inning guy, 7th inning guy for the Phillies before they brought him here. But now I don't know how much it's in his head, and they got to try and get it right. And Ross, again, how many times with Hoffman do we hear it's deployment, it's situational, but I think they've tried everything now. Like, that's it. 9th inning's over for this guy, unless, to your point, it's the bottom of the order coming up. Like, what better point could you want to put your guy in rather than having a lead? And there was a 2-run lead he gave up the last time, or a 3-run lead. Like
3-run lead.
Yeah. You can't have a better situation than that. So what are you talking about? And this, oh no, it's like,
you're right.
Say it's our fault. We got to be better. No, you could have been better in the offseason and went and got a closer.
You
and
could have done your job.
Then you say that. Say, you know what?
Just do your job.
Because at the end of last year, you said we're not committed to him being our closer. And what do you think that did? Like, now you're backing up. It's crazy.
Emmett in the chat, guys, he was going out there because he's the best they have in Louis Varland. I don't doubt he's the best they have. But again, I want to make this very clear. The way Hoffman has been used is not equal to the way other players get used on this team out of that bullpen. It's not the same. Hoffman has been protected a lot because he is the guy they brought in, so the front office and Schneider are more invested in being right with him because he cost them a World Series. So you have to ride that out or you look like a fool. Guys, I've worked in a corporation for a long time. So has Azo. 90% of the time, it's not about doing the right thing. 90% of the time, it's how do I look in a meeting? Am I right or not? That's how it's run. You think it's run different. I'm here to tell you, it's not. The sticking with Jeff Hoffman and the betterment of the Toronto Blue Jays were not mutually exclusive. One had nothing to do with the other. Executives were saving their ass with that loyalty. Because if big picture, you're the GM who put a guy in the 9th inning of Game 7 who now you can't put in the 9th inning 28 days later. It's like a different zombie movie. 28 days later, you can't put him in there. What the hell are you doing? 70% of the city screaming at you to do it. You won't do it because you're right? Because of all the World Series rings you got, Pat Riley? Because you're right? This Hoffman thing is one of the most embarrassing Blue Jay episodes I've seen on the field in my lifetime. How much loyalty was shown to him with no return. No return.
It's exactly a month ago today the season started.
We got some comments here in the chat, Azo. You want to go through a few of them? There's some really good ones.
So the only thing, I was going to say was, like, now you're at the closer by committee point of the season. Why didn't you just start here? Again, it's exactly a month ago today the season started, March 27th.
What if they did start by committee? Like, what's Hoffman going to say about that? You blew Game 7.
And again, especially when you came off your end. Yeah. No.
Like, what are they going to say?
Okay, so that's what Dan Joseph Cars here in the chat says. But hang on, there's no worse than screwing up Game 7 of the World Series. Wasn't that the this didn't work moment? I mean, how much worse could it be?
Agreed.
Right?
There should be more angry people out here, man. I can't be the only one still pissed at that. And the fact that they started the season with that fraud as their closer again. And trying to tell us that we're dumb. Like, I can't be the only one angry at that. If you're a season ticket holder, sorry, Azo, you're clientele.
Yep.
If you order a meal at a restaurant and there's a hair this long in your pasta, I know it's lunch for some of you, I'm sorry. If there's a hair this long in your pasta and you call someone over and say, excuse me, there's a hair in my pasta. What are we going to do about it? If the server looks at you and says, we have all the faith in the world in that hair. Do you go back to the restaurant or do you go home and just skip it? Like, what do you do? The Jays told you the hair has all their faith in the pasta. And it's bolognese pasta. Really good pasta. But they had faith in the hair. And they thought they made you feel dumb. Guys, I have all the faith in this long piece of hair in your bolognese pasta. All right? How are season ticket holders not more angry at this? How am I angrier at this than anyone else? I'm not spending the money. You're spending the money. Some of you. For others, it's a write-off for the business. Good for you. It's a decent tax write-off. I don't mind that. I'm not mad. Friday was the collapse of a fraudulent argument that has been shoved down your throat for a year and a month. Can you play the clip again?
Yeah, of course.
I want to see this again.
Think about Jeff and his situation is I immediately think that we need to be better as an organization in the deployment of his arsenal and how we're helping him, putting him in situations to be successful because of how good he has been and still is.
I'm sorry, I haven't been able to hear all the questions. Does that indicate that it's a job that will be shared with Farland, and when are you expecting him back?
Yeah, I mean, we're going to share it across more than one arm in the short term, and we may get back to a situation where there is someone named our closer, but in the short term, that responsibility will be shared.
That media availability was worse than Barrios against the Twins. That is the most embarrassing moment of the Atkins Shapiro era, to acknowledge that a month into the season, when we all knew it.
Hold on, if they're in it, do you still think there's no way he goes and trades for one? I think he's eating it now. He has to.
Look, you and I both know how weird baseball is.
Yeah.
I'm not completely unconvinced. Hoffman doesn't gain all the confidence in the world, taking on 7, 8, and 9 hitters for 2 months, and we might have this weird resurgence. Yeah. I don't know.
They'll try again.
But it would have to take a bunch of that, which it looks like they're going to give him. How does that look in a bullpen? You're the highest paid guy in the bullpen, and sorry, I got to take on the top of the order every time. I gotta mow your lawn. That's what's happening here.
They did trade for Louis. And again, I'm not surprised they put him back out there yesterday after 30 pitch outing because, man, they did it. How many times they do it to him in the playoffs? He pitched almost every single game of the playoffs.
The Jays do not get to a 5th game in the World Series without Louis Varland.
Agreed.
It's not even close.
They might not get to the World Series without
Maybe not the World Series. It's a great point.
Anyway, Rob wants you to know Jordan Romano has been DFA'd and available, ...
I saw that. Any other bad Jays players that the Angels want to pick up before the end of the season?
Ali Bear says you're dead on, Sid. Jays need to adjust to things a lot faster than they are. I mean,
there's nothing wrong with being a little, but losing a World Series because of the person isn't being proactive. It's using your eyes in your face. That's what that is.
Again, Ross said it at the end of last year that they're not tied to this guy being the closer and then left them as the closer.
Unbelievable. Greto superstar in the chat. The hairy bolognese pasta analogy is why we watch this show.
It's true.
Appreciate you, brother. I'm now all of a sudden hungry for bolognese pasta.
No kidding.
Bolognese, for those who aren't aware, the meat is right on the pasta. You don't mix. It's not mixed. Do you mix when it comes like that, or do you eat the meat loose and then the pasta second?
Wait, what? What are we talking about?
Bolognese pasta.
You eat it all together. What are you talking about?
No, I'm just saying some
it up?
People mix the pasta, but I leave it. I don't touch it.
What do you do with the hair? No,
what do I do with it? I put it out in the 9th inning. That's what I do with the hair.
No, of course, I mix it all together. Come on.
It's like a cereal milk thing. Some people put the milk all over the cereal. Others go just in the corner and have the rest of it dry.
Put the corner of a bowl. What are you talking about?
Sorry, so you don't put milk all over your cereal, or do you go just in the corner? No, but you want the cereal crunchy. You don't want to douse all the cereal. Sorry, you don't do this?
The cereal stays crunchy.
I haven't had unhealthy cereal in a long time because I love unhealthy cereal.
It's soggy that quickly? No, you can eat it.
But it's better if you put the milk in the side and then the milk comes up from the bottom.
But it's a bowl.
And then all your Lucky Charms are dry.
But when it's in a bowl, doesn't it just gravitate to the entire thing?
If you douse it yourself, everything's doused. What are you talking about? Put it in the side, and then all your cereal's nice and healthy.
I'll try it. I've never done that. And
then you can enjoy your nut and honey.
Oh.
And you enjoy it.
Is that what you eat?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm with Kara. Fruit Loops are the GOAT breakfast cereal.
No, Fruit Loop juice is the GOAT, is what she said.
It's true.
That's an underrated thing.
It is.
That's
but that's the cereal you need to
thing.
find. That stays crunchy at the beginning, but the soggy one's good too. And then at the end, the milk's a different color, and yeah, it's awesome.
Okay, by the way, we're gonna. Okay, so
tried that. I'm gonna try that.
Let's go through the probables for this week. Ranger Suarez, who's been better than his ERA suggests, is throwing for Boston tonight against Cease. Trey Savage, Peyton Tolley tomorrow. Tomorrow's the game I'd be at if I'm in the Jays game this week. That's going to be amazing to watch. 3:00 start Wednesday. Brian Bello against Max Scherzer. Who knows what Scherzer gave up 7 earned runs over 2 1/3 on Friday. I have no idea what Scherzer's about. The Red Sox, it should also be reminded to everyone listening here, blew out their entire coaching staff on Saturday. Alex Cora, gone. Hitting coach Peter Fatse, gone. Third base coach Kyle Hudson, gone. Bench coach Ramon Vasquez, gone. Assistant hitting coach Dylan Lawson, gone. Major league hitting strategy coach Joe Cronin, gone. Jason Varitek, he's so respected, they couldn't fire him. They just demoted Jason Varitek in the organization. And apparently at the meeting on Sunday in the clubhouse, I believe they were in Baltimore, the Red Sox.
Yeah.
Craig Breslow and ownership basically said, we're not taking any questions. You shut the hell up and play baseball better. We're going to leave. It was contentious.
And players have spoken out a little bit.
Yeah, Trevor Story is getting like 188 is spoken. Yeah. Shut the hell up, Trevor Story. Clown.
No.
Anyone who's hitting 188 this season or whatever he's hitting, shut up. You're the reason everyone got fired. You're the reason. Shut up.
Dude, did you see the transport they sent to pick up the coaches and get them out of town?
Do you have the picture?
I do.
So for the listening audience, again, 5 people Alex Cora, the manager of the Red Sox, and 5 assistants get blown out Saturday. The Red Sox, unlike when Gerard Gallant got fired, they actually sent transportation for the coaches for the airport, and the van that they hired was a company called Coaches for Hire,
LLC. Yeah.
LLC. So all the fired coaches went in the Coaches for Hire van. This is unbelievable.
It's ridiculous.
It's unbelievable.
It's hilarious.
Like it's amazing. It's amazing.
Alex Cora now on MLB Network, I'm guessing, or what? Because they just signed it. They own like a 10, 11 million.
Alex Cora, next manager of the Philadelphia Phillies.
Nah, that's Don Mattingly, man. That's where Mattingly is.
Yeah, Mattingly. Yeah, Don Mattingly's the first one to say that Don Mattingly's up for the job. By the way, do we have the picture of Bo Bichette?
Oh, we do. Can I say one? Well, okay, no, never mind.
Hold on. No, what are you saying?
I was just gonna say the Patrick Corbin moving him to Dylan. Like that's the part I don't get. So they moved Dylan Cease back a day, right? Because they want to give him a bit more time with the pitches he's been throwing. And now you're like your bullpen again. I can't help but think about how you said it last week. Like you have a game like that start for Max Scherzer on Friday, and then just put your bullpen out of whack for the rest of the series.
It's not helpful.
It's crazy how much that keeps happening to
But this is where I think Eric Lauer could be a huge help.
Yeah.
You need it. You need there's fire starters. You need fire stoppers. Mm-hmm. I like a 3-inning guy potentially sitting there in Lauer. I think this could be weirdly a very important moment for that bullpen this season. More important than Varland to have that because some of these starters are just ridiculously bad right now. Scherzer should not be out there.
Did you give the Barrios update?
Barrios is also going through a rehab start tomorrow.
Did you hear the interesting quote from him, though?
I got it right here.
Okay.
So Barrios spoke to the media, says he'll leave it to the Jays front office and coaching staff to determine when he returns to major league level, but says, quote, physically, I've been feeling great, end quote. There's still a thing there.
Definitely. Right?
There's still a bit of an issue there, it sounds like. Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
I thought we were past this, but apparently not. What's going on with the coaching staff talking to their starters?
Hit me with sad Bo Bichette, please. So for those who missed it, the Mets have been swept in 4 of their last 5 series. And yesterday in a doubleheader, they got swept at home by the Rockies. Now, the Rockies aren't what they were last year. The Rockies are only 3 games below 500, but the Rockies still kind of suck. So the Mets and Phillies are tied for the worst record in Major League Baseball. How Carlos Mendoza is still the manager of that team with the Mets, I'm not sure. I think Alex Cora might be the next manager of the Mets. Stay tuned. But Bo Bichette is struggling. He is on pace for 6 home runs this season and 69 RBI. He's currently batting .233, and there was a shot of Bo at the end of the game yesterday. looking onto the field as if he's watching another team celebrate a World Series. That's not the case. It was Colorado in April. The look that we have in this still photo for the listening audience, like that's what someone in the Jays dugout had after Game 7 on November 1st of last year. The look on Bo Bichette's face right now. Now, he's making on average $42 million this year, so suck it up, buddy. But I don't like what I'm seeing out of Bo. A few of us might have seen it coming. But that's your Bo Bichette Mets update. Any thoughts, Azzo, before we dive into the Oilers story from last night?
You know, he is leading the team in hits, though, for the Mets.
That's pathetic.
But he's also gotten the most at bats, but he's leading them by like 5 hits. He's got 27 hits. The next one got Simeon. And to be fair, on the Jays, only Vladdy and Ernie have more hits than him. But like, you're right. Like that it's a disaster there all around.
You want to end the Jays thing with a positive?
Yeah, of course.
Because Kazuma Okamoto apparently has started a new tradition in the Jays dugout before games. It's called the Circle of Gratitude. And like, there's more and more people getting in on this. And Hazel May had a great report over the weekend on this. So Kazumoto, with his interpreter and other members of the Jays, they just go around the horn in a circle and say what they're grateful for and what they're thankful for, one thing a day. So I would like to start the segment here on the Sid Seixeiro Show, powered by Sick Media.
I got a lot to be grateful for.
So here's what we're going to do. We're going to have the Seixeiro Circle of Gratitude. And I know I'm stealing this from Okamoto, but whatever. So
we'll give him credit.
We're going to do this towards the end of every show. I'm going to put one on the table. Azzo's going to put one on the table, and we'll grab a few from the chat. One sentence, very simply. I am thankful for blank. That's it. I am thankful for blank. So may I start?
Oh, we're going to do it now or at the end? Oh, shoot.
Oh, actually, you know what? Let's save it for the end. Let's do Oilers first.
Okay, yeah.
So we're
also shout out Okamoto for playing like he is playing. Like his defense is looking great now. Like it's funny when you start hitting, huh?
Leads them in
like your defense
leads them
amazing.
in home runs.
Yeah,
Okamoto leads the team in home runs. He had some bombs over the weekend.
He did
bombs.
Amen. Jesus Sanchez, let's go.
Okay, so we're going to do the Circle of Gratitude in a second here. I want to do this at the end of every show and see if it works. And if it doesn't, whatever, we move on. Okay, so the Sens are out. We'll get to the Sens more tomorrow. Brady Tkachuk was not at locker cleanout today. His wife gave birth in New Jersey to their second kid, or is giving birth as we speak. So he wasn't there. The Sens got eliminated Saturday. That's an interesting team to me. We'll talk about that more tomorrow. The Habs blew it last night. I thought the Habs had the best opportunity of their season.
They did.
And they couldn't stay out of the penalty box. Now, the refereeing wasn't the best, but the Habs were also pretty sloppy with it. And Kucherov can go to hell, acting like he's out for the series after the Jake Evans hit into the boards, and he's right back on that power play to start. Right. Kucherov can go to hell. Seriously. 1,000% go to hell for that. The league, like I keep hearing a lot about diving in this postseason. That's what the league has to stop. That garbage. Yep. New rule. If you're on the ice for longer than a minute, you miss the next power play. Whenever that is. If you are on the ice for longer than a minute, you miss the next power play. All 2 minutes of it. Rule proposal. I think it can be passed. But let's talk about the Oilers incident. Oilers are down 3-1 to the Ducks. Whoa. They're going to lose the series. It's almost like Joel Quenneville's a better coach than Chris Knobloch. It's weird. It's weird how that happens. So Ryan Poehling scores on Tristan Jarry. Jarry was in for Connor Ingram last night. Jarry's not really the reason they lost, but he isn't the reason that they could have won. And there was a moment in overtime where you couldn't see if the puck had crossed the line behind Jarry. So if we can throw the picture up, Azzo. The call on the ice was a goal eventually, and there wasn't video evidence to overturn it. Now, the ironic thing is if this was called no goal, there was also no evidence to overturn it. And there's a lot of people in Edmonton who are annoyed that they didn't have clear video evidence. Look, I think everyone's gut instinct instinctually, if you've watched hockey before, is this puck crossed the line. We just can't see it over the back blade of Tristan Jarry. But if the call on the ice is it's a goal, there's no way you're overturning it. So I understand why the Oilers lost the hockey game. That's not the only reason the Oilers lost the hockey game. Trent Frederick had more shots on goal than Leon Draisaitl last night. Yeah. So there's a lot with the Oilers we can dive into. Like, the Oilers don't look so tough when 29 and 97 are bailing their ass out every night. They don't look that tough. And I'm not ripping those two. But maybe they can't do it again. Maybe. And maybe that team has been saved by 2 future Hall of Famers for 2 years, and they should have never gotten close to a Stanley Cup final, let alone win it. Maybe that's what we're seeing. But I digress. Azzo, put it back up, please.
Yep.
Because the one thing I do want to get to that a lot of people are saying is, okay, it's time for goal line Hawkeye technology. It's time for a computer chip in the puck. It's time for, there's a way the NHL can actually swing this where we know automatically if this type of situation is a goal or not a goal. So let me go through why the NHL might not be doing this, okay? The Hawkeye system is probably what the NHL would go with, similar to what's used in tennis, similar to what's used in cricket, similar to what is being used currently in Major League Baseball right now, which is the funnest new rule change in baseball since the pitch clock, is the ABS challenge system. Everyone loves it. But a Hawkeye system is how the NHL could fix this, which is pinpoint, okay? Now, the English Premier League, some people think there's a chip in the ball. That's not what it is. That gets expensive if balls get lost and stuff, let alone pucks. It's not a feasible financial thing for the NHL to do, to put a chip in a puck. They're not doing it. However, the Hawkeye system is what's being used in the English Premier League to see if a ball fully crosses the line, okay? And it's based on 14 high-speed cameras that track the ball's movement and determine if it crossed the line. It tracks the ball at 500 to 600 frames per second. It is extremely accurate. It knows immediately if the ball crosses the line in soccer. And it's kind of amazing. They've been using this in the English Premier League and other leagues since 2013. Do you know what they like to complain about in terms of soccer in England? Everything. They've never complained about this. They have never complained about this. It is foolproof, the Hawkeye system, in terms of goals crossing the line in soccer in England and other leagues and in the World Cup this summer. Here's the rub. Here's what the system costs, which is why the NHL might not want to do it. The goal line technology in England per venue is about $400,000 US. The operating costs every game, $4,000 US. And it's a steep penalty. There's a lot of cameras involved in this. Like, you have to lace the goals in behind with like 7 to 8 minimum cameras. Minimum. So if there's any reason the NHL wouldn't want to do this, it's the price tag. Now, I've heard someone say Hawkeye doesn't look past, you can block cameras in Hawkeye. That's incorrect. There are bodies in the way of the Hawkeye system in English soccer and in global soccer constantly. It does not matter. There are so many cameras looking at this, it's pinpoint. It doesn't matter who's in front of it because you have another angle covered. If the NHL's willing to pay for it, they can fix this night one next year. It's not cheap. There's 32 teams in the league. When you add it all up, that's close to $1 million extra expenditure a year. I don't know if the league's paying for that or the teams are paying for that. If I'm the TV networks, I pay for it. It's better TV. We don't have to see Elliot run off a desk and make a phone call to some guy named Dave to see what's going on. Like, it's ridiculous how it's set up. Hawkeye systems will work in the National Hockey League. They will. You need to pay for the cameras to pinpoint it. That's what English soccer does. That's what FIFA's doing in the World Cup. That's what the biggest soccer leagues do in the world. That's what baseball's now kind of doing with their system. Their system, they don't have to use as many cameras, obviously, but you know what I mean. The expenditure is worth, the juice is worth the squeeze on this. If you're the National Hockey League, it's time. It's time. This is amateur hour, low-level stuff if you're a league. To have that decide a huge game in a series. And I think the Oilers are done. You got fourth liners scoring on you in third periods. You're up 2-0. You can't hold a lead. Both Canadian teams blew 2-0 leads last night, by the way. Azzo, your final thoughts on the puck incident in Anaheim last night and whether or not the Oilers are finito going into Game 5 at Rexall place.
So my only thing with the goal last night is why did they have to rule it a goal? Like no ref was in position to call it a goal or not.
No.
Like that was my biggest issue with it. Why call it a goal on the ice and then have to try and overturn it? Can't they just go to review and see if it's a goal or not? Because it's weird. No ref was in any position to make a call on whether that was a goal. A guy came skating in way late and then called it a goal. I was like, what? Like, why can't you just say, let's go to review and review it? And then make your basement on it? Because, yeah, you look at that picture, you know what's in.
Sean in the Yukon in the chat. Dave, goal or no goal? Dave?
Dave, can you hear me?
Yeah, I don't know if it was a Dave that Freach was talking to last night. You're right. I don't know why they called it a goal considering no one was around the net.
No ref. I don't know where it was.
A strange. Now, but my initial feeling, I had forgotten this. My initial feeling looking at that was, oh, it's like the 5-minute penalty. If you call it, then you can review it.
Right.
So who the hell cares? If it's a no goal, you can still review it.
Yeah.
Like, I think people need to remember that. I had forgotten. If it's a no goal, you can still look at that.
But does there have to be a call? Then you like review it one way or another. But yeah, nobody was in the position to make it. I think that's what had people pissed off, and rightfully so. I found it dumb. And yeah, the Oilers aren't going anywhere when they're getting .850 save percentage. The worst they've had in the last 2 years. .850 for these playoffs.
The second you say to yourself, we're in a tough bind in this series, we need to throw in Tristan Jarry.
Bang on, dude.
Hold on.
You know you're in trouble.
Hold on there, Knoblauchy.
Yeah.
Knobber.
Yep.
Hold on. Anyway, so that's the Oilers situation. But it was a goal. I don't want to hear Oilers fans go, I didn't say it. We didn't say it on it. We didn't say it. Shut up. It was a goal. It's 100% a goal.
How can you not
The
tell
puck is round enough to say that's a goal. 60% of the puck you can see. You can deduce from that. You can figure that out. Thomas in the chat. Knobber knows. Unless he doesn't.
Knobber might be done.
Knobber's done.
Yeah.
It's like that Joel Quenneville's a good coach or something.
There's something like that.
By the way, Jay Woodcroft also. I heard CJ the other day remind people. Jay Woodcroft also on that bench.
I saw him on there.
I think it's an interesting bench they got in Anaheim in terms of the Oilers. Very interesting. Okay. Shall we do the Seixeiro Circle of Gratitude to close the show?
Of course.
Let's try this. This is a new bit where we're going to go around the horn, chat, Azzo, myself. What are you grateful for today?
The Seixeiro Sincere Gratitude.
No,
Circle.
that's too clunky. That's way too clunky.
We'll come up with something.
Seixeiro Circle of Gratitude.
Okay.
Let's try that.
Yeah.
Because someone in the chat usually has a better idea.
It's true. Somebody will come up with something.
So maybe we'll throw it out there.
You want to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay.
Because it's a quick thing. It's like boom, boom, boom. It's not like Okamoto and the guys stay on it long.
You have to nod after everyone? No. Isn't that what they do? Like,
how about this? Table hits.
Okay.
Like old school.
No snaps?
Old school British parlor.
Or we do the snaps.
No. Oh, snaps. Let's do snaps. Please, let's do snaps.
All right.
Okay.
I suck at snapping though, by the way. Okay.
I am grateful for all the fans of the Vancouver Whitecaps that showed up at a game over the weekend and were protesting outside and inside of BCE Place in terms of keeping the team there. Because there's a lot of questions in terms of ownership with the Whitecaps. It's a hugely successful on-field organization. Financially, they're having some real serious conversations. And I'm grateful for the fans in Vancouver who want their voices to be heard, and hopefully municipally and provincially in Vancouver, they can find a way to build a facility that is profitable and joyful for all involved. So I'm thankful for Whitecap supporters.
I like that. There you go.
Azzo, what are you grateful for?
I'm grateful to see IKF tonight in another uniform and not in the Jays. There, I'm going to keep it steep. This is very short. Very short.
Hold on. Does IKF slide home tonight or not?
Can you make it?
If IKF
is get a lead?
Guys, if IKF is at third base and you're at the game tonight, I want to see the lead.
Yes,
send us a pic.
please.
We'll name check you tomorrow.
See what the new coaches are telling them to do.
Please.
Willie the Prof says, I am thankful for lasagna. There you go. I am thankful for the sunny day today in the GTA. I almost used that one flipping, eh? Let's go. Shauna the Yukon's thankful for his health. I think we can all go there. Fab in the chat. I'm thankful for Harvey's Angus burgers. I should have just said Angus burgers. Yeah.
Good in your mouth.
I like Major League Hockey here. I'm thankful for Kachucks being out of the playoffs.
Let's leave it at that. Let's not do too many.
Okay.
There we go.
One more.
Okay,
Edward Leo says, I'm thankful this pod has no commercials. We do 2 hours straight.
Yeah.
It's nothing.
Although I got news for you. We get commercials.
Yeah, on the pod.
Make more money.
So watch it live. Come on.
Watch it live.
Yeah. Anyway.
Okay. I think the Seixeiro Circle of Gratitude is off to a flying start.
It's good. I like it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thumbs up in the chat on this. Do you guys like it? Let us know. I don't know. It's a new bit. Maybe.
Listen and review everywhere. Let's go.
All right. Snaps. Oh, there is a snap emoji. Oh, that's what that was. People were putting a snap emoji in the chat. I'm like, they give me the finger. I thought that was the
or
finger.
that Italian, the Italian big.
No, it's all snaps.
This one, right?
It's all this.
Snaps,
It's
yeah.
all this. All right. Any last thoughts, Azzo? Are you good?
That's good, man. Flew by. There's so much.
There's
today.
a lot here.
Yeah.
All right. Our apologies. We wanted to get to the Anthony Santander story, but we ran out of time. On behalf of Jeff Azzopardi and everyone here at Sick Media, my name is Sid. You've been watching and listening to the Sid Seixeiro Show, powered by Sick Media. Enjoy the rest of your day. Let's see what tomorrow brings. Take care. We'll talk soon.
And that's a wrap. Hope you don't miss us too much until next time. Follow the Sid Seixeiro Show on YouTube, X, Instagram, Facebook, and wherever you get your podcasts.